Okay, so I think I figured out what's been going wrong about that. Thanks to Charlie, certain parts of the of the data processor got pushed through the Wellesian nanofiber relay, and I mean when you do it on transient AC power, you there's this risk of creating a chronospasmic disambiguation. Essentially, I think the reason we've not been getting through to them is because they're in the past.
Plot twist.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Pod Topic Podcast. I'm your host Tom, and with me we have other hosts. We have Taryn.
Hello.
We have Andy.
All right.
And we have Beth.
Lead Jaffa Cakes.
Lead Jaffa Cakes.
What a band name.
Yeah, it's the worst cover band of Led Zeppelin ever. On this podcast, we have two pots. One is filled with topics from our community. One's filled with topics from our hosts. We draw them out at random and talk.
Yeah!
Issue 29, bitches.
What?
Nailed it. And just to round things off, I'll move us swiftly on to the whiskey.
We're getting straight into business, coming fired out of fucking cannon tonight.
Although technically this isn't a whiskey so much as it is a bourbon. But it is bullet
Go
bourbon.
home.
It's
Okay, that's
gorgeous.
right.
Bullet bourbon. Yeah, it comes in its own little kind of burlap knapsack.
Condom.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like a Woodridge Reserve inside.
Also a bourbon.
This also, yeah.
I have to correct myself every time I say that word.
It's bourbon. It is,
Bourbon.
it is bourbon. Bourbon.
Bourbon.
No, it's bourbon. Bourbon's the biscuit.
Bourbon. Both put them in my face. Done.
Oh, no way!
Oh no.
Bullet now comes with a cork. It used to be a screw top.
Wet it first. Wet it first.
Sorry?
Wet the cork first. There we go.
Wet it.
Got to get it proper.
God, stop with the cork. Oh,
Smashbox Extreme.
yes. That is like super mega awesome over 9,000 mega stonk.
I might have to take a photo of that. I'm very impressed with the packaging. So you're not just paying for... My mum has quite a good rule to kind of buy perfume by, which is if the packaging looks really elaborate and amazing, the perfume's probably shit inside. What do you reckon about this? You're saying this is actually really, really good.
I'm a sucker for packaging.
Yeah.
I
You love cool packaging.
I love cool packaging, and I don't care. I don't care that I'm paying extra for it. If it does have a really, really cool box or bottle or something,
Yeah.
I'm happy to spend a little bit extra money. Example, I recently came back through duty free.
Oh, yeah.
And in duty free, they were selling moonshine. in Tennessee moonshine in jam jars, as you'd expect moonshine to come.
Yeah.
So you've got a little thing with moonshine, 100% proof moonshine.
Ethanol moonshine.
Yeah, ethanol moonshine. They did a raspberry one, which probably would have been like
Palatable.
yeah, which would probably been acceptable to drink. Whereas this is going to be hard to drink because it's going to be awful, but. I bought it anyway.
100% proof shouldn't be too bad because that's only like 50
It's exactly
volume.
50%.
Yeah. So that like 50's doable.
Oh man.
50.
It's when you start breaking 65, 70 barrier. That's like and somebody into Ray and
Yeah.
Nephew's territory. That's where things get fucking
It was
dark.
that walnut moonshine that Rita brought back from Lithuania. That was fucking beautiful.
that
2
was
shots, you were tipsy as fuck.
Tasty, man.
But this moonshine came in the jam jar, but then with the jam jar, you got a second jam jar lid, and the second jam jar lid had a drinks pourer, like you get at a bar, built into the jam jar lid.
Like an optic sort of
Like an
setup.
optic, yeah. So after I've done drinking the moonshine, which is not going to take long once I actually start drinking
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm then going to have a jam jar that has a sippy cup. Optic.
Nice. Measure it.
I showed Deanna last night this thing, and he went, "Oh, it's a sippy thing." I was just like, "No, it's not. It's moonshine. Moonshine doesn't come with a sippy cup."
That would be depressing.
But yeah, I love a bit of packaging, and I don't believe you about the perfume either. I bought my aftershave because it's I'm not wearing any, but I bought my aftershave because I liked the packaging.
Yeah.
And people tell me it's not rank.
That's how I normally buy wine, is the packaging.
I buy wine by where it's from. If it's
Really?
from Germany, I buy it. If not, fuck off.
German vibe.
Oh, I don't think that in joke's made it on the
Oh,
podcast. Yeah, has it?
yeah.
You in joke.
That's got to be like in the early hundreds. That one.
Yeah.
Oh God, we haven't numbered an in-joke for a while.
Yeah.
That's almost an in-joke in
that's
itself.
probably-
So that's going to be 725.
That's probably one of the older ones as well.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Definitely early hundreds.
Yeah,
See,
okay.
my thing with packaging
Before
is
time began.
when I first got into whiskey, I was kind of picking up like Glenfiddich, started with that, and then I sort of got Talisker, and I kind of got things that looked a bit austere, that wasn't too flashy. And I was always looking at there was always Jura. There's always
Yeah,
big boxes
it's
of Jura.
gorgeous.
And like the bottles were a weird shape, and then the superstition one has this fucking anch on it. I was like,
Yeah.
they're clearly just gussing it up because it's a piece of trash. And then I actually
It's beautiful whiskey.
It's
yeah.
my favourite damn whiskey. So I don't know. Maybe I take my aversion to appearances too far sometimes.
Oh no, good bit of packaging. Can't beat it.
I think wet and alcoholic, that'll do. So.
Oh no, I'm not against drinking Very J's.
Oh no, I was talking about my partners in life.
okay.
Twice in as many shows, that joke.
Yeah.
In joke.
It's an in-joke that was originated on the podcast.
It's an out joke.
Shaking all about joke.
Every time you make it, it's get the fuck out. All right, so what we all been doing for the last couple of weeks?
Well, Andy, you've just come back from Iceland, haven't you?
I have come back from Iceland.
Did you record a podcast?
No.
Slag.
No. I didn't record a podcast, but Iceland was fucking amazing. There was lots of snow. There was extreme amounts
Really?
of snow. But there wasn't when Taryn went. I've seen his pictures. You were able to walk around Dimmu. The snow was up to my waist.
Wow.
Like the gate as you go into Dimmu.
Yeah.
You could just see the words Dimmu. The whole rest of the gate, it just looks like the floor. There's that much snow.
That is amazing.
Most of the roads were shut, apart from the one road. There's one
road.
There's the road in Iceland. It's called the number one. It goes all the way around Iceland.
That's probably on all of the CKY videos.
Yeah, probably.
But it didn't really stop us doing too much that we wanted to do. The immense amount of snow. It was very nice that there was immense amount of snow.
Yeah.
It was extremely white.
Would it not give you a headache after a while?
No, I wore sunglasses.
Clever man, this one.
But yeah, what do we do? So lots of cool waterfalls. I made everyone very nervous a lot of the time by climbing on rocks or on the edge. I like going near the edge. The edge is nice. I don't understand why other people don't like the edge.
Yeah.
Do you know what? My thing with the edge is that I don't trust nature.
Right.
I only just about trust myself to stand
She
on
is
the
a
edge
hostile
and not
mistress.
wobble over. But I'm the thing is like, well, if I go stand on the edge, like the wind's going to come up and cut me from behind, isn't it?
Yes. Well, that's the other thing. When you went to Dimmu is the lava field in Iceland, in the north of Iceland. And the north of Iceland is hailed as one of the windiest places on the planet. And Dimmu is supposed to be
Pretty damn windy.
Yeah. I went to Dimmu,
Still.
not even a whisper in the air.
'cause it's been snowing.
Completely. Do you mean? The day before. Why does that have any difference?
I don't know.
It's like Pokemon powers, air versus water.
Duck, duck, goose.
Well, the day
Yeah, it's true. Actually, ice is strong against flying.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, there was absolutely no wind there, which was insane because I was expecting it to be really whistly and to get blown around there.
Well, no. It's just
Sometimes
it's-
that's more sinister.
It's all the snow, mate. As Beth. Have you ever
No.
been to Antarctica? No wind,
Well, the Arctic tundra.
Windless.
none whatsoever.
The only wind is bellowing
Dude.
out.
Science. I'm sorry to teach you on air, but science.
You were teaching me about snow. All right, Mrs. Cider Starbucks. So yeah, no, that was really cool. Saw loads of waterfalls, saw loads of geothermic pools, met some really nice Icelandic people, drank lots of lovely, strong Viking beer. Their strong beer is about 7% and just everywhere. Every
Is it
time,
expensive?
well, yeah, but the strong beers were no more expensive than the not strong beers.
But was groceries and drink
Yeah,
and stuff?
food and drink were expensive, but to be honest, it wasn't anything that I hadn't. I mean, it didn't feel too expensive because I mean, we live in London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was expensive,
yeah.
but it wasn't a total culture shock.
Yeah.
And that was fine because
I quite like Iceland's method of getting around the way everything kind of costs a lot there. Is just by paying people more. I think that's fucking.
It's exactly the same
I
as
don't know
Norway.
how they came up with it.
Yeah.
Well,
Fucking genius.
They pay people more, and then they have a 40% income tax.
Oh, they're the same as ours then?
No,
When-
not
when-
on
we're-
low
we're-
level.
Oh, on low level as well.
They just have 40% income tax, and then they have a 24% VAT on top of their income tax.
It might be like Norway where they do pay people more, maybe it is taxed more, but then the property is cheaper.
Well, there's only that many people there, so
Yeah.
they don't need to move very often.
And everyone's got 2 houses.
And Bjork's got an island.
So yeah, Iceland,
I've got some
Iceland, awesome.
Jaffa cakes.
Well, I've got a hole punch, but let's not get big-headed.
Iceland was awesome, and saw the bits of Iceland that you go and see on the way. Saw the down plane. Saw the
Yep.
waterfall. Saw the
What's a down plane?
there's just a
Downed plane.
There's a
Down.
plane that crashed, and Iceland being
Crash
Iceland.
landed.
That's what,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
mentioned it on your podcast from Iceland. Yes.
Yeah, we went and saw that. I had some pictures sitting in the cockpit, climbed all over it. There's a lovely bit where there's a bridge because there's this expanse where the glaciers are, where the glaciers have been spitting out all this rubble from as they're gouging through the mountains for the 10,000 years that they've been there. There's these like gravel flats that are like tens of kilometres wide. And it's just this dark, barren nothingness.
So cool.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing there. It's completely flat. It's marshland with some gravel. And they built a bridge there. And then one day there was a flood and completely washed the bridge away. And Iceland being Iceland,
No, not that.
Iceland being Iceland, because they don't have a lot of stuff there other than all their natural beauty and their geothermic energy. There's not anything else there. So whatever they do have, they make absolutely the most of it. So, the bridge is blown away. Okay, well, let's make that into a rest stop. So there was a rest stop, and I got to climb on the dead bridge, and extremely looking unsafe. And
Nature always wins.
Generally something you wouldn't get here because someone would have complained because someone
Yeah.
would have fallen off it. But I could have fallen off it, but I didn't. It was very going up, climb up on it, and then right out to the end, and it did wobble an awful lot.
Awesome.
Everyone else is looking very nervous.
Yeah,
Where was that? Was that in the north or the south?
that was on the Sandals, the expensive nothing.
There are 2 expanses of nothing that I went through.
There's one in Iceland and one in
There's
my
one in the
soul.
north, there's one in the south.
Oh, the one in the south.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool. Oh, with a massive... of course, if you were on the one road, you drove past that massive fucking glacier where you just see it kind of busting out the mountain. It's like the mouth of it is like 14 kilometres wide or something like that.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of accept shit goes down there. Like all the literature will tell you is like, like the area is prone to glacier bursts,
Oh, that sounds extreme.
which it is.
Have you heard their latest release?
Cool.
But yeah, no, it was an awesome trip. I had only got taken... We trusted the sat-nav once, and we shouldn't have done. But I'm not a driver, and I wasn't looking at the road, and I was informed we were in a 4-wheel drive car. So I was just like, nah, 4-wheel drive, I'll just eat this up. I'm sitting in the back, looking out the window, it's all pretty. So we went down the road, and then very quickly found that the car had run aground, because the snow was so deep. And then I was like, okay, I'll turn the car around. Well, we're on a one-lane track, just a bit where... Because quite a lot of the roads, you drive along, and then you're on the flat, or there's a bit of flat, and then there's some mountains or whatever. And then the mountain that's on your right-hand side will suddenly turn into a ravine.
Yeah.
And the whole landscape
That's
on
the
that
charm,
side
isn't it?
just disappears.
Yeah.
That just happened on both sides on that track. So Sophie had to do a 3-point turn
Yes.
on a road that isn't a road.
Covered in snow.
It's-
Bless.
She wasn't
that.
happy.
No.
But we made it. We got through.
Your lady's photos are amazing.
I think a lot of the photos that have been put up are pretty fucking stonking. The blue icebergs were awesome. Yeah, no.
It's a pretty cool place, isn't it?
Fucking awesome place.
If you want to get a better idea of Andy's trip, just go listen to the Bot Topic Iceland special and just
Substitute Taryn's name for Andy.
and then snow.
Snow.
Add snow.
Just
so
add snow.
everything we say, add snow.
I guess, Tom, it's our turn soon.
What, to go to Iceland?
Yeah.
Yep, and then we'll tell the listeners about that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was ice and glaciers.
And it was
Fish,
beautiful.
mountains.
You wouldn't believe the fish.
Moonshine.
Just they basically just jump on the plates. It's amazing.
Eat me!
I did in the north. In the north, I went to a cattle ranch. We stayed in a place called the Cow Shed. Now, in the north of Iceland, in the winter, you can't have anything outside; it'll die.
Yeah.
So all these cows are kept inside the whole time. Now, I didn't know this, but that's the same for the UK over the winter.
Right.
Because if you put them outside, you've got to go out to the field to drop off their food. Whereas if you keep them in, it's easy to feed them. I didn't know that about the UK cows, but apparently, so they do this in Iceland. They have some cows because that's their unique selling point in the north. They're the only place in the north of Iceland that's got some cows. So you get to sit and eat your burger in the restaurant, and eat your burger and eat your lamb and whatever. And I can
Whilst
just
cuddling
look.
a cow.
No, you just look good. There's just glass windows, and then there's all the cows just there.
Yeah.
Just hold on your burger. Go, smell your mum.
Yeah, pretty much.
When we went to France, that reminds me of the story of when we went to France. I don't know if we've told it on the podcast before, but I can't remember how old we were, maybe 11-ish. And we were having rabbit pate in a restaurant next to the restaurant-owned rabbits frolicking around on the hill behind us. And we were perfectly fine about it.
I was totally fine about it as well.
And my dad tapped me on the shoulder and went, "Look, if you look really closely, that one's got Monday tattooed on its back."
I didn't know that cows had giant cat tongues.
Giant cat tongues.
With all the hooks on them.
Yeah, cat tongues are really raspy.
Yeah.
So are cow tongues.
Did they lick you?
Yeah.
Give you a bit of a lick. They're eating you.
They were licking me.
In Soviet Iceland,
That's
cows
what-
eat you. Parallel universe.
Parallel universe gone wrong.
And they walk on the clouds.
They get swept away by glacier.
Oh, we started with Andy, though, and he had the epic story of Icelandness.
So that's all right. I mean, everyone's experiences in life over the past 2 weeks are equally valid.
Right.
Exactly. I hung out with Kel last night. That's just as extreme.
Yes, I've seen the pictures.
Yep.
I hung out in Iceland with Kel for 9 days.
Yeah, there was one point where I was in a corset and leather pants, and it was all just because Eddie needed to be woken up.
Oh,
Oh,
fantastic.
is that why?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was. I don't know. Kel, maybe she needed a project and told me to get
I was
dressed up.
explaining to Kai that photo,
Yeah.
and I showed him the photo. I said, Tom went over to Kel's last night, and here's the photo of what happened. And Kai's getting it. He's like, well, why is that going on? I was like, well, Tom likes dressing up, and Kel likes toys.
When I saw the photos come up on our WhatsApp group, I thought, yeah, I know that's happened because you got dressed up before with Diola was round. I was like, why is she sending old photos of you dressed up as a lady?
No, take 2. Yeah, that was cool. That was it.
Nice.
That's literally all I've done in the last 2 weeks.
And you had Mother's Day to work through.
The smoothest Mother's Day I'd
Really?
ever had. Yeah.
Oh.
It's nice. It's nice having staff. It's amazing.
Do my bidding.
That's it. But no,
Ding.
nothing more interesting than that. So what have you been up to?
Well, as I said before we started recording, I've forgotten everything that I was going to talk about, as per fucking usual. So what I did last night was I went to go see Bex in Morden and UA, and
Nice.
we did some product shots for their clothing company.
She will be appearing soon on the podcast, we hope.
So hopefully
Yeah,
that'll be good.
I'll hook us up.
Cool.
Don't worry.
And then when I got
You're on it.
home,
In my role as assistant,
No, is it Captain?
as assistant executive captain.
Yeah, that's it.
it was quite good to go out and just go like. She messaged me the other day and said, "Oh, can you come round and do some product shots?" Yep. It's just nice to just go out and do stuff creative because I've not done that in a bit. We Han and I do photo shoots and creative stuff at home often. It's nice to go out and flex my muscle in different ways.
Yes.
So that was quite good. And then I came home to a photo shoot with Hal. That was quite good.
Cool.
what kind of photo shoot?
It will.
Not for young ears.
Basically, Talanas House Band's going to be appearing on a radio show shortly.
Okay, cool.
So we were taking shots to advertise that. and Hal spent all of yesterday creating the props for it, which is just amazing. I was telling him when I got home, I was like, when you're telling me about making these props for the photo shoot, I was thinking, oh, no, you'll never finish it in time. Rah, rah, rah. Basically, what I was thinking is I would never finish it in time. I can't believe I came home and all of them looked wicked. He'd spent the whole day setting everything up. And I was like, oh, he's got so much more initiative and get up and go than I do.
So Hal's not here today.
No, Hal's not here today
even though
because
he was supposed to.
Hal was supposed to be here.
That famous get up and go.
Yeah, well, the get up
busy.
and go is doing work back at home. But yeah, it was just a nice day to be all creative all day. Also, the week before, I went to my lovely friend Laura's birthday party. Went to the after party as well, which I was really desperate to go to the after party after the actual party, and I just slept the entire time. Well, I love after parties; my favourite part anyway. And I just slept the entire time. Cuddled a dog and slept.
Aw, that sounds
It was
lovely.
the life and soul
Of the dog.
of the dog. When I woke up, the dog was gone. Don't know what I did.
You've been sleep eating again.
But yeah, it annoyed me because, being unconscious, you can't actually socialise and hang out with people and have a lovely experience. It was,
I
it
do
was
hate sleeping.
comfy though. Yeah, it gets in the way, doesn't it?
It does. Imagine what we could achieve without it.
Yeah.
Oh, almost nothing.
Well, I'm going to record. Well, I'm about to do a podcast on no sleep because I've been hanging out with Kel. So,
Yeah, I do you know, my past couple of weeks, they've been getting creative as well. I've been
Awesome.
I've finally been falling into a routine here where, like, I'm just kind of getting myself in front of the word processor more.
Sometimes you just have to just do it. Just get up and do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was just kind of, I mean, it's finding the inclination, and also finding that I actually had words to put to
Words!
paper.
What would we do without words? Wang.
Grunt.
wang.
But yeah, I mean, so I've now got a completed first draft of this script I'm doing with my mate Jack that will be Pot Topic will be co-producing. We'll be doing some of the recording here.
Cool.
So now that that's done, I still want to do some more tweaks to it, but we've got enough to do kind of a sit-down test read,
Awesome.
see what works, see what doesn't. I've also started I've resumed work on the next book, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is what I've been waiting for.
and almost instantly I found a reason to not be at the word processor, because I thought, well, if I'm going to do something, so Tim is. I'm sure I've spoken about him before, but Tim is the world's only superhuman, and it's just kind of his story about how he gets to this point.
Does he have to discover that he is? Oh, I'm asking too many questions.
No. It's not a superhero story.
No.
It's absolutely not a superhero story. That is kind of one of my main points. Is like I want to do a superhuman that's not a superhero.
He's a man.
And
then he just happens to have superpowers.
Yeah, exactly. So I've resumed work on that, and just instantly it's like, well, do you know what? If I'm going to do this, I know, like, the superhero genre as a genre, there's a lot about it that really irks me. There's stuff that is just like I want to call bullshit on a lot of it.
Well, a lot of the Marvel DC stuff is all very much fluffy fiction stuff.
Yes.
Tights and capes and stuff.
Yeah.
Tights and tits.
So a lot of the story, it revolves around Tim butting up against these assumptions people have, like in a world full of comic books. There's suddenly the superhuman, so he kind of butts up against all like a lot of this shit. So I went to comics. My primary reason for going to them was I wanted to see if there are any comics that had kind of discussions and discourse on the roles, rights, and responsibilities of superheroes. And I've quickly discovered that comic books, they're not so hot for the discourse. Like, if you want to go there for like some ridiculous action, some witty repartee, and some gravity-defying super boobs, then comics got your back.
Sold.
They are all over that shit, but yeah, not so hot in the discourse. So now I'm just kind of reading through them just to kind of find
Background research. Yeah.
Well, yeah, just find stuff for the parody arsenal. and the satire.
The parody of it, I love
The
it.
comedy gun.
So largely, like last 2 weeks, have been spent weirdly for me nosing comic books.
But surely that's actually... That must be really interesting research, because when you're reading a comic, okay, you're going to be a certain, if it's a superhero comic, you're going to be in a certain mindset to be able to assimilate the superhero stuff. But surely when you're reading or watching a film or something like that, you're actually connecting to the human element anyway. So you might be thinking, why has he done this? What's the human impetus? What's the like normal person? Why is he doing this? All the actions that he does. Or is it a lot of comics just kind of gloss over that and pretend that they're this cartoon?
Have you read Kick-Ass and all that kind of stuff?
No, I haven't read Kick-Ass.
Might be worth doing that.
Yes, actually. I mean, I've seen the films, but I've not read.
Well, if you've seen the film, to be honest, you pretty much read the book.
Yeah.
So.
No, fair enough. But yeah, it's really it's interesting, and it's starting to get entertaining now as well. Because I'm kind of getting my head around the whole comic book thing.
Yeah.
But one of the things, and I didn't want to write this on the Facebook page because I don't want to attract too much hype. But one of the things I'm finding is people who come up to say, "Oh no, this work is visionary," and like I'll read. Yeah, I've read a couple of those now. I'm not going to say which, but I've read a couple of these that are sort of held up as the paragons of the art, and just like, well, yeah, they're only really visionary in the context of comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only take the comic book thing and kind of twist that. They don't transcend what you tend to think of as comic books in any meaningful sort of way, which is interesting. But yeah, I don't know, I've been having fun with that.
Nice.
That's been quite cool. And I think that's me. Shall we talk?
And that's the week.
And that's the 25 minutes that was.
Oh, shit. Well,
Yeah, but it's nice. I quite like
bit
it.
of a catch up.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
How you doing, listeners? What you been up to?
Right, Dom?
Oh yeah, you can email us at show@bottopicpodcast.com.
Emails at Podcast.
Emails.
You don't listen while you're trying to sing at the end, don't you?
No, I don't.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, let's do some bullshit.
Let's
Tom,
do some bullshit.
the hot pot's right there.
Oh, Pop.
Yes. Oh, hang on. Dead air.
Yeah.
This is a really, really intricate topic. Okay. Pets.
Oh, that's what I put in today.
Wicked.
Yeah, let's talk about pets.
Isn't it a bit straight? Right, I love having pets. I've always loved having pets. I don't have one at the moment, but I had when I was growing up, and I want to in the future. Isn't it a little bit weird that we have pets?
No.
It's a bit weird.
Is it?
It's a bit weird.
Why?
It's a bit weird. Owning another animal.
No, well, no,
bit weird.
I don't find that weird.
it's the extension of what we do with our environment. We take our
but they didn't choose us.
This is the human like approach. Like our survival of the fittest is rather than try and fit our environment, we make our environment fit us. Part of that early on is taking animals that we could train and
Domesticate.
use, and domesticate.
Ants do it.
Who do?
Bees do it.
Oh, they
Even
do.
educated
Yeah.
fleas
Bees
do it.
Yes.
Yeah, well, ants farm aphids.
Aphids,
Yeah.
They farm things.
Really? What?
Yeah.
Ants farm aphids.
And they don't just eat them.
No.
No, because
Science, hello.
Not in snow.
And there are loads of. I just think it is as a symbiotic relationship between you and the pet.
yeah.
The pet gets all of its stuff, and
Yeah.
you get joy from
It
the
actually
pet.
gets.
But there's loads of symbiotic circumstances like that in nature.
Yeah.
They're
Oh, okay.
Like the fish that eat all the gunk out of the sharks' mouths.
Yeah,
and the shark
that's
doesn't eat it
true.
and stuff like that. I
That's
mean, that's
true.
not pets,
No.
but
Coexisting.
It's
coexisting.
symbiosis, yeah.
I mean, it's a different take on that, but
Yeah.
I don't intrinsically find it so weird. It's just about
I'm still gonna do it, but-
cohabiting in the
is
field
nice.
of what pets you would like. What would it be?
Oh, well, I'm a dog, cat, and bearded dragon woman myself.
Oh, I want
the
pygmy
classics.
chameleons.
Sorry?
I want pygmy chameleons.
Oh,
There's a pygmy
Yeah,
chameleon?
Yemen chameleons.
They're
Yemen's chameleons.
tiny. They're
They
tiny.
are-
Chameleons, and the baby ones are just big enough to sit on the end of your thumb.
Yeah, but you'd lose them.
No, you wouldn't. You keep them in the terrarium.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't need a
wouldn't
massive terrarium like a bearded dragon. I'd have a little one.
Would you ever get them out and have a little cuddle?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
They get to about this big. So they
But
get
then-
to about the size of
but
snake
would they
beetles.
move really fast?
No.
No? Oh, okay, then
They're
that's fine.
reptiles.
Chameleons,
They're not
they're-
spiders.
No, you know there are some like lizard like the
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, skinks,
No, they're not
and
like that.
stuff.
They're just
Mr.
they're
Lizard sketch.
Mr.
Lizard. Yeah, none of you seen Big Train. I know you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right then. Mr.
I
Lizard.
don't remember.
Don't remember that though.
Lizard. There's a TV that someone has installed in their house, and it just spews out lizards. You remember this?
I don't remember this. I love Big
And Mark
Train.
Heath, one of the best comedian actors ever, is the guy who's supposed to come around and fix the TV. And he's like, yeah, it's just there's lizards. And he's like, no, there's not. You put them there. I want to speak to your manager. He's like, it's really, really difficult to try and get something out of him. He's like, I want to speak to your manager. Who's your manager? It's Mr. Lizard. Just like sends this guy mental.
Oh
There you go,
no!
pets.
I guess I'm gonna have to rewatch Big Train.
Oh, what a
Shit.
shame.
Better do it with you.
And we'll follow it up with Spaced.
Yes.
I recently just watched Through Space, so yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, sweet.
I brought the
What would you have? Oh no, you've already said.
I would have pygmy chameleons.
Nice.
But no, I don't believe they go particularly fast. They get to
That's
about the
the thing
size
I
of
was worried
stag
about.
beetles.
Oh, no, I like stag beetles.
I don't think you can keep them as pets though.
No.
'cause they
No,
can fly
they're
about.
endangered as well.
So
Are
that's
they?
why you would keep them.
That's
as
why you would.
pets
So
to-
you would help them, breed them.
Yeah.
Ah, well, I mean,
I want to see them hump. How the fuck do they have sex? I'm going to look that up on YouTube.
Stag beetle
Ooh.
hump.
my humps,
Sounds
my
like a-
staggy beetle humps.
It sounds like a
They've got a
jive
horn.
swing song.
Hey! Yeah, no, I've actually had quite like a variety of pets thinking about it, and I've adored all of them. There's not one I found in any way kind of.
I don't remember you having a pet when we were growing up.
You had a cat, Guinness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've had. I mean,
And since then, he's had other pets.
I started with fish.
Frogs and hedgehogs and...
Ah, I definitely remember the I definitely remember the hedgehog.
We'll get to the hedgehog, but yeah, I started with fish. First two, we had like some goldfish in the back garden. They were called Blondie and Majesty,
I like it.
which is fucking wicked when it comes to porn star names. By the way.
Porn fish. Fishy porn.
Oh, we're going Japanese. Oh, yes, we're going Japanese, and that is racist. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba. And then after that, there was the guinea pigs. Scamper and Tufty. They were fucking
I remember you
amazing.
talking about that. I love guinea pigs.
Yeah, I really adore guinea pigs. I think they're
I love the
fantastic
squeak.
animals.
I think they're wicked.
Really irritating.
Really? We looked
They're
after the
scared
school
of
guinea
everything
pigs,
and they
didn't
just
we?
squeak constantly.
Yeah, but
Yeah!
all small creatures are scared of everything all the time. Just reptiles
Yeah.
are better at playing it cool. They're still scared of everything, but they just think, I'll just stand here quietly. They'll go away. Whereas little mammals panic.
Yeah.
No, that's really touching moment with one of my guinea pigs when it died.
I don't want to hear about you touching your guinea pig.
When it was dying, which one was it? Scamper. Scamper was the first one to go. They both did the same thing. Like when they were in trouble, when they knew they were on their way out, they both came because we built a hutch into the living room. And like so they were house guinea pigs. So, they just had free reign of whatever. It's a bugger to clean, but pretty cool nonetheless. And when Scamper died and came, sort of just kind of crawled itself out, like using its front paws only, made its way to my sister and died in her arms.
Oh.
And then when Tufty died, I think obviously having a stroke thinking about it now, but it's all ran out and just kept falling over on its left sides or one of its sides and just all got to us. And then I held her as she died. That was, I don't know, that was really touching. It was formative as well.
That is lovely. Like, that's definitely pack kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they were wicked animals. I loved our guinea pigs.
Cats do the opposite. They run away.
They fuck off under a bush.
They
They
try to,
don't
like-
cause anyone any
Yeah.
problems.
Apart from the fact that you're going, has it just run away or is it dying? And then you just stress out and feel upset.
Yes, there
I
is
don't
that.
remember my cats running away when they died.
Too lazy.
I remember them, like, maybe they just didn't get as far as the bush. Maybe we found them in the garden, took them back inside, and they're like, shit.
They'd already dug their own grave. They're just like, don't worry about this. I got this. It's fine.
Well, the one of the cats died, and then my parents buried it in the back garden, but it was winter, so the ground was pretty frozen, and because it actually used to get cold 20 years ago.
Oh, fine.
Just wait.
Let me tell you about
the next
snow.
ice age is coming.
And then so they dug like a 3.5-4 foot deep hole, and then they put the dead cat in, and then they covered it over with frozen soil and packed it all down, and then they planted a tree on it because they thought that might stop the foxes digging it up, and it didn't. And the foxes dug through 3.5 to 4 foot of frozen soil, dug up the dead cat, and then ran around in the garden playing with its carcass all night.
That's so metal.
So we woke up in the morning to find a 3-legged cat body that had been beheaded.
Oh, the look on Beth's face.
So then it was deemed that we probably wouldn't bother burying pets in the future. We'd just take them down the pet and the vet and have them burnt there.
I'm sorry, Beth's pulling faces. She looks like Noel Fielding.
It was always, but the worry was like, all right, so where's the cat's head? Like,
You might find it later.
Yeah, if I've got to go, if I've got to go and like trim the hedges or something at the edge of the garden, I've got to like stand in all the flower beds. I can't see where my feet are. Am I going to go crunch and find like a half decomposed cat head?
How old were you?
Sorry,
How old were you?
quite young.
Yeah, that would have been horrific.
All I can see is him having a kick around in the back garden and accidentally booting a cat's head.
I see the image I've got in mind is like one of your neighbours. They kind of finally get round to like cutting back the growths in their garden, and they find like, a fox den, and just outside it on a pike is the cat as like a warning to the others.
Oh man.
But yeah, like cat was my next pet after guinea pigs. That was Guinness. He got his name because when he was a kitten, he used to love licking the head off
Guinness.
Yeah, Guinness, basically. He was wicked.
I'm so glad you finished that sentence.
Yeah, no, he was a fantastic animal. I think I may have done him wrong because I was I don't know. I always encouraged him to be feisty when he was a little kit. But like he didn't grow up into an alpha at all, so I can't imagine being that feisty.
Well,
and like not being an alpha would have done him that well. But there was I remember this. I mean, because I figured out that I could do the thing where you kind of got your hand on the floor and go scritch, 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 and you see the bum go up. It's like, he's gonna pounce. And I figured I could do this at a distance. He would charge. So I managed, like a couple of times, I managed to get him to charge through sheets of polystyrene and stuff, just to mess with him.
Action cat.
Yeah. There was this one moment. One of his favourite places in the house was in my bedroom, and he'd sit in the window and just look out at the world. And this one particular day, I was just kind of, I'd opened the window and I sort of sat down to do so. I think I was reading Harry Potter at the time. I gunned the entire series in a week, and I think it was during that. And I was sort of reading through. It's like I was getting a bit chilly, so I put my hand behind the curtain, grab the handle, and try and close the window, but it doesn't close. It's like, oh fuck! So I open it again, close it again. It's like, it still hasn't. Open it again, and Guinness runs out. It's like, oh, you poor bastards!
It's like a scene from a Guy Ritchie film.
I did feel quite bad about that.
It probably wouldn't be an alpha cat if you had him neutered. They kind of stay pretty kitten-like.
We did have him neutered, yeah. And after that, he moved down to Hastings with my mum after I moved out. So I wasn't around when he died. But soon after he died, another cat that looks almost exactly like him,
Reincarnation,
turns up. Mum's called it Wizards, I believe. But like you look at it and you just want to scream imposter at it. It's like, you're not him! You're not my real Guinness! But it's, so there was that. After that came tree frogs, naturally. That was courtesy of Kel. That was when I was going out with Kel. There was,
Podge.
It pissed on me.
Podge pissed on everyone. Podge didn't give a damn. Podge was all like, yo,
pissy.
I ain't suffering them fools.
I'm a frog. Fuck y'all. But like, she was a really cool pet, actually. That's the first time I'd ever kept something cold-blooded.
Other than Kel.
Oh! Like it. And fair. Yeah, no, watching her hunt, like, just, cause, you have to feed them crickets. Like, put a couple of crickets in and watching her go for those. They were wicked. Again, another tragic end to her. She ended up contracting red leg, which is kind of for tree frogs.
Like a pirate.
For tree frogs, that's kind of like the death knell. This is like the Ebola or the myxomatosis of the tree frog world. But we actually, between me and Kel, we managed to like nurse her through that. She was just kind of so weak, she died of a secondary infection afterwards, which was a shame. Yeah. But we gave that one a fucking Viking burial. We put her in a box, went to the River Ravenbourne, where we lived. I just kind of put her in the water and just saw her off down.
You didn't then set her on fire?
No, I asked and Kel wasn't having it. And then the last pet was...
Did she win poo sticks?
Sorry?
Did she win poo sticks?
No, she got stuck. She got stuck on a bank of leaves.
I was going to say, River Ravensbourne is more like a
sludgy swamp.
No, it's a stream. It's a stream at best. It's more like a moving puddle.
Yeah, essentially.
River's a bit of a strong term.
And then after that, there was the hedgehog that you mentioned, which is me and Kel. We scratched our heads over what to name our hedgehog for ages. We'd almost settled on Pigeon.
Yes, like it.
But she, from nowhere, and I am aghast that I didn't come up with this. That it was Kel's idea, but she came up with the name. Let's call it Fritzl. Like, Fritzl, as in words. Hang on. Fritzl. Oh, Fritzl's a really cute name. Yeah, let's call it Fritzl. So there was this moment where like we went to the breeder wherever they were, and like she wrote out a certificate for us. It's like, and this one's name is Fritzl, and the woman was like, how do you spell that? And Kel crumbled. She put an E after the L rather than spelling it true.
Fritzl.
However, to remain true to the name, the hutch that she got built for Fritzl did have a secret door in the back.
Yeah.
Poor Fritzl died while we were out in Amsterdam, so we ended up burying it under the big oak tree in the sawmill.
Oh wow!
It came very close to digging it up, so to reclaim its skull.
Yeah.
But actually, we'll have to go back there to pick up the lawnmower at some point. So may still do that.
The lawnmower?
Yeah, I left a lawnmower in the shed, so we just sort that and the ladder. And we'll talk about it later.
I guess they're technically pets. Symbiotic relationship between man and ladder.
But yeah, I mean, I really want more pets. Yeah. I love having pets around. I just don't know which way to go with it. Andy, you used to keep snails, didn't you?
I did used to keep snails.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I went up to because snails are pretty cheap anyway. But
I told you it would sound like pissing.
Snails are pretty cheap anyway. But snails, when they lay eggs, they lay like shitloads. So I went to I was like ad on Gumtree and went and met a woman who bred snails. Mm-hmm. And she was like, how many snail eggs do you want? I was like, I don't know, one. Don't really want loads of snails. I just want a couple. They're really big, aren't they? Like, because giant snails get to about the size of your fist.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I don't want loads. And she was like, well, I'll give you 10 because some of them don't hatch.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
It's like IVF, and then you've got an octuplet coming out.
I'm not sure I believe you, but okay. So yeah, no, I grew. They got to about fist size. They got pretty big.
How many did you have in the end? How many hatched?
I think that like 8 hatched. 2 died pretty quickly, as is with all tiny creatures. Lots of them die. One of them didn't. One of them only had half a shell when it hatched.
Oh.
That one didn't last very long. It lasted quite a while. But it didn't last very long. And then I think I had like 5 or 6 that made it to maturity. But they because they're quite heavy when they get big. And I thought to put like there's snails. I don't know what a snail really thinks about during its day, but maybe I'll give it some nice things to like crawl over. Maybe they'll enjoy that.
Different textures, you know?
Yeah. So I used to put things in the thing, but then what they would do is they would crawl up and they'd crawl on the top, and then they'd just like I don't know fall asleep and fall off, and then
just damage their shell.
and damage themselves. Yeah. So some of them had little where they'd land on top of each other, or where they'd just land on whatever rock I'd put in there for them to sit on. So I'd just take the rocks away, and then I think because I was cleaning them out and whatever, but then I think I went away, and when I came back, they weren't looking particularly happy. So I put a whole load of food in and cleaned them out and whatever. And I don't know what happened, but one day they all just buried themselves and never came back out.
Oh. Oh man, did none of them breed?
No.
I only asked because my mate Bonnie had the same thing, and when he's saying about the snail eggs, she moved their like feeding tray that she had once, and it was just underneath it was just completely covered in eggs, and she was like, "Does anyone want any snails? Oh my god, I can't have this many giant snails in my house."
Well, you just give them to you just give them to people who have bearded dragons. The bearded dragons can eat them.
Oh really? I can't wait. I really want one. I really
Bearded
want
dragons
dragons.
are a little bit stupid.
Oh, they're
That's
brilliant.
fine, but that's fine.
They are brilliantly
They're like
stupid.
dumb
They are fine.
dogs. They're
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, but
They love cuddles. Well, your one did. I'm worried about getting a bearded dragon
Eddie is-
and it not
Eddie
being
Lizard.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie Lizard was Tom's bearded dragon, and he loved cuddles. We took him on holiday.
Was Eddie technically yours? I thought-
No, it was my
overfeed
girlfriend's.
him and he'll love cuddles.
Oh yeah, that's true.
we
Dumb and fat.
we took Eddie on holiday. We had a big extended family holiday in Dorset or Cornwall or something, and yeah, we left him in his little fabric travel cage in our bedroom during the day when we were out, and every single day while we were out, he'd escape, and you'd come home and he'd be on the windowsill just sunning himself, just
Not so
fucking
dumb.
lovely.
And then he'd follow
Every
you around the
single day.
living room. Oh, it's lovely. I loved him.
He was so dumb. He was really dumb.
They're all dumb. They're all dumb. But it's good that they're dumb. But
Yeah.
because
They're lovely,
I'd say it's good that they're dumb. It's good that they're sort of built like tiny tanks because
Yeah.
they are dumb and they'll try and jump at things and they'll
Yeah,
just
launch themselves
They'll
off of
launch
things.
themselves off things and they'll just Superman it into walls and just really dumb little tanks.
It's got to be said. Like Eddie was the only upside of the situation.
Well, like,
With-
I like the
with
blue
your
tongue
ex.
skink.
yeah, my ex had
it Indy?
so many.
Possibly.
The blue tongue skink, yeah.
They got
I
so
like-
many pets, Richard.
I got so many bad.
I mean, here's the other
So I
side.
go
of
down the
pets. Here's
list.
the dark side of pets. Here's pets that cause a rift.
When girlfriends start working in a pet shop and bring home every fucking thing that she
Yeah.
can and spends all their money on them. What did we have? We had 5 Russian hamsters because they were abandoned.
Are
and all
those
that kind of
those
stuff.
the black-bellied ones?
No, they're like tiny ones. Then we had blue tongue skink, Berber skink, I think it was called.
Yeah.
A Eddie, the bearded dragon,
Bigger,
Geckos.
Bigger.
2 rabbits,
Oh, yeah, the geckos.
3 geckos.
Hamsters.
The 2 tortoises.
Fluff Diddy.
Fluff Diddy was mine, and
Fluff
Chewy,
Diddy.
who followed.
And the
Fluff
tortoises.
Daddy.
The tortoises, you had
Yeah,
one
2
tortoise that didn't give a
Zelda
fuck.
and Yoshi.
And the other
they
tortoise
did
that
give
just...
they did
One
give
of
a
them,
fuck.
one
Oh,
of them
they-
really just wanted you. Oh my god, you're walking! What are you doing?
No,
What's
no.
up?
They really gave a fuck every
they-
single morning.
I'd wake up.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah.
I'd wake up to that
See,
sound
Yoshi and
because
Zelda?
I'd
Yoshi and
sleep.
Zelda, yeah.
I'd sleep on their sofa.
Yeah.
And I'd wake up because when you moved and you were living in Bexley, so all this menagerie from his old place, which sort of could fit half of it
in
their new
everyone
place.
else's space, yeah.
in their new place. There wasn't that room, so all these cages were just piled on top of cages. You had a wall of creatures.
Yeah.
And then in the spare room wasn't really a room, it was like a roomette. So it was sort of like not enough space to put a room in.
You couldn't stand up in there.
No.
Because it's like roof.
How we ever managed to play Munchkin in that room confounds me.
Yeah.
We've had entire parties in that room.
Yeah.
Right? There's 8 people crammed into that space.
But I'd sleep on that sofa, and I'd wake up, and because there was so little room, I'd wake up, and all the beers from the night before and the ashtray would be right there in front of my face, because the sofa bed, and then the little table. So I'd wake up, and there'd be half-drunk beers and cigarettes everywhere, waking up to that sound of tortoises humping each other.
I miss that place. But yeah, that was crazy. Many animals in that tiny space. Eddie was definitely the best out of that.
Yeah.
I loved him.
Eddie had a character.
JP, he was a rabbit, named after the front man of Rabbit Junk.
Is that the one with the gimpy foot?
No, he was the big bugger.
Right.
He was alright. The little one was a little shit.
I've never really understood rabbits.
You never had a table.
Sorry, you've never really understood rabbits?
No, everyone thinks
bastards.
everyone thinks they're well cute, and it's just like, well, they don't want to be here, and they're just like flumping around. They don't really like cuddles, even though they're ridiculously soft. It's a bit fucking boring.
And of course, these were house rabbits because we were in basically a second-story flat. So we had them in a massive dog cage.
Yeah.
Just that's where they slept, and they run around during the day. But it was a metal-bottomed dog cage, and rabbits like to burrow. Funny enough, it's what they're best at. So all fucking night long on a metal table. Fucking shut up, you shit! Kick the cage and
maybe that was just working on the new Rabbit Junk album.
Yeah, that does sound like a bit of a digital hardcore noise.
You should have.
Cat kick.
Should have spray mounted some. What's the name of the surface that you get on 5-a-side fields? The
AstroTurf.
No, not AstroTurf. The other one, the spongy.
Spongy turf.
The fine. Yeah.
But growing up, we had dogs and cats, didn't we, B?
Yeah, my parents would have 2 dogs, 2 cats.
You always got the female cat, and you always liked me better.
Yeah.
And I always got the male
liked
cat.
everyone, to be fair.
Yeah, he was dumb.
Yeah. As I was saying, it's
Bertie
normally
Bassett.
the Bertie Bassett.
He looked like licorice brown when you held him in under the sunlight. That's why it's called Bertie Bassett. He looked like licorice.
And I wanted to
Fair
call. We had Nutmeg.
His middle name was Panther.
We had Nutmeg.
I was 8. Okay.
Bertie Panther Ryan.
They didn't have a surname. It's a cat. Fuck off.
I had Nutmeg because I wanted to call my cat Meg because I love the Meg and Mog books. Bearing in mind that
I
the
remember
cat,
Meg.
Yeah.
yeah, bearing in mind that the cat in the Meg and Mog books is called Mog. So
Fuck that up.
I don't really understand why I did that. So I wanted to call it Meg, and my mum went,
Let's call it Meg.
I want to call it Meg. I love the Meg and Mog books. I'm 5. And I want to call it Meg. And my mum went, like a week after we'd had the cat, she went, why don't you call it Nutmeg? Because, she's got nutty colours in there.
Yeah,
Did
she's
not
like
know it was a
tortoiseshell.
spice. It's a tortoiseshell cat. Did not know that nutmeg was its spice. I didn't realise that until I was much older.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
And then she loved me, and then you got Azzy after that.
Yeah, Azazel.
Demon of all hairy things.
Azazel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Another name for Satan, isn't it?
No, it's a demon.
No, he's one of the. He's one of the fallen angels.
Okay.
In the fall of heaven.
I've always been pronouncing it wrong. How do you pronounce it?
Azazel.
Azazel. I've been calling it Azazel.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I understood you.
Basically, my parents,
She loved me more.
when Nutmeg died, my parents.
That was my favourite cat ever. She was so lovely.
One of the
carry around like a baby.
another animal that your ex brought round to my parents'
Oh,
house for
Coco.
no reason.
Yeah, and-
Just went, hey, have a cat. And my parents were like, oh, all right. Was Coco, who's amazing. God knows what breed he is because he's just like, he looks like a Shire horse cat.
Yeah.
To be honest.
He's big, he's beefy, and he's just very fucking fluffy.
Amazing. It's always the fluffy cats that don't like being cuddled or brushed
Kind,
very
'cause
much.
they-
Yeah.
Cats are inconvenient bastards.
My parents' cat is very fluffy.
Yeah.
Loves being-
Yeah.
Loves being
Oh, I love that.
The best description of a cat. Sorry, it's just
No, go for
yes,
it.
just jumping. The best
Andy's.
description of a cat I've ever heard comes from Terry Pratchett.
Okay.
Describing Grebo.
Yes.
Grebo is of the witches.
Shape-shifting.
Nanny Yogg's cat, and she got worried that he was lost for a little while. I think it was in Weird Sisters, and Craddy Weatherback just turns around to her and says, "Why are you worried about him? He's a fat, cunning, evil-smelling, multiple rapist."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is intense.
Didn't he turn into a human being in one of the stories?
Yes, he does.
He's
And
like
then-
a piratey rogue
and then
type character.
from then on, every now and then, just inconveniently turns into a human.
Yeah.
Who, is a
Inconveniently turns into a human. Yeah, so that when Nutmeg died, and that was the end of that kind of wave of cats in my parents' house. Your ex brought round Coco, and then my parents went, let's get a couple more, and then got 2 more black cats. One of which my mum just really wanted to call Milo, which is this big lump of a cat who just wants to. You pick him up and put him somewhere, and he just stays there.
Not so much a cat, more of a potato.
He's a big cushy potato.
Big potato.
And that's brilliant because, I like cuddles. It's really upsetting when you see a cat and you can't cuddle it.
You can actually do anything to him. You can smack him in the face and he'll just like, go on.
Go for it. Go on, I love it.
Do it again, I dare you.
And then Azzy, who, Mum said, you can call this cat whatever you want. And I was like, oh, and I went to go research, and I researched all the demons and stuff like that. And apparently that was like fallen angel of fluffy, hairy things. I was like, yep, have that.
Nice.
So she was called Azzy for short, because obviously I went, Mum, call it Azazel, this little tiny like runt of a cat. Call it Azazel.
Try shouting that out the back door.
Yeah,
the
parents
car
like,
to get it in.
Thanks. We'll call it Azzy. But she had this. I was talking to Bex last night actually, because apparently cats can develop this thing where the nerves in the bottom of their spine start to kind of misfire, and it feels like they're being pounced on when nothing's happening, or like there's a lot of pain when there's actually like just someone cuddling them. And I'm wondering if she just had that from birth, because all of her muscles were electric all the time. And like
we're electric.
All of her muscles just kind of twitched all the time.
Unless it was mean.
And you saw like a little.
Baby.
Yeah, you couldn't really cuddle her. It could have been painful for her thinking about it, but she was obviously fine when she relaxed with you.
She'd fall asleep as I was walking around with her.
Yeah,
just like under one arm. She was tiny. You could just fit her in that like gap between your elbow and your wrist. Just carry her around.
She was adorable, but. So you would watch this wave of electricity go down her body for no reason. It's like, oh God, are you all right?
I think she was just a nervy cat.
Yeah,
she was an indoor cat. She didn't like going out, and she
used to like living. She used to like sleeping on like a very high stair and watching everyone. I was like, well, that's not going to be good if you start twitching everywhere. Well, it's true, because she was asleep or was up on the windowsill and twitched and must have fallen off and broke her neck and died.
Oh,
that was the end of her.
She died pretty young, and my parents just had to come into this rigor mortis cat on the floor. And it was well sad, but
I forgot to say she was a bit of a spaz.
Milo and Coco still alive though.
Yeah,
strong.
Milo won't ever die because he doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
he's not really lived.
All right, so what about pets we'd like to keep?
I'd like another bearded dragon again.
Yeah.
Oh, they're stinky, but they're fucking fun.
They are really
and
fun.
Yeah, cats. And I want a corgi.
They are so cute. They look a bit too high energy though for me.
Yeah, but they've only got little legs. You can just tire them out on like 10 yards.
They are cute.
I've never been one for dogs, but Heather loves dogs. So if we're going to do the dog thing, I want a mutt.
Yoga, yeah.
Absolutely a mutt. I don't want to do that pure breed genetic bullshit.
They're healthier. They're
yeah,
happier.
exactly. And they tend to be kind of smart as well.
I don't like the idea of paying for an animal anyway. Donating to a trust, but not really paying for a breed.
Oh, it's not even the cost thing. It's just the fact that mutts.
No. I'm not talking about the cost thing. I'm talking about like the industry of it.
Yeah.
We've already ruined them anyway.
For dogs, it's a little different, but I don't mind paying
if you
for
get a
a
certain
creature.
temperament and something, like if you actually go into certain.
As long as they don't have vast amounts of congenital
birth defects
and stuff like that. I mean, what they say is a cat costs $7,000 over its lifetime, and a dog costs 14.
Yeah.
And
get 2 cats,
and stuff.
better.
Yeah.
Less work.
It's the weird thing about dogs, though. There isn't another species on the earth that is anywhere near as genetically flexible as they are.
Yeah. Cats aren't
bizarre.
that.
No.
Cats don't look that different, do they?
No. I mean, like, you get some outliers like the Munchkin cats and the Sphinxes, but other than that, like. It's pretty much
like
damn
a
cat.
Munchkin cat, they're cool.
They are so pathetic looking.
I know.
Though.
Sorry?
There's still thousands and thousands of different breeds of
Yeah,
cat.
but they're not that different from each other. They're not as different from each other as, say, a Pomeranian and a Great Dane.
And a Chihuahua, and very
absolutely.
different.
But
is that because we've manipulated them?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
that-
so
there's-
it's breeding.
It's easier for
But
us
then
to
again,
manipulate.
we've
genetically
manipulated
modified.
horses a lot as well, and they don't look that different.
Yeah, okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I think it is. There is something about dogs.
Aren't all domestic horses bred from like
one horse?
5?
Really?
Yeah, there's like 5 subspecies of the one horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oddly,
His name was Steve.
Oddly, the Icelandic
Adam.
horses. Huh? Oddly, the Icelandic horses are different. They
They're waist high in snow.
Yeah.
well, yeah. Firstly, because they're waist high, so they walk really
I can't
strangely.
feel my legs.
They pick their legs up because
Like
obviously,
prancing.
Brilliant.
yeah, because they would be walking around.
And
We're just like miming prancing horses now with our
What's
arms.
that called? The Olympic sport is Olympic sport? Maybe not Olympic.
dressage.
Dressage.
I know what you're doing, yeah.
But the other thing is, with Icelandic horses, like normal horses, you ride a horse and you see the horse run, and the horse goes up and down, and the rider goes up and down
Yeah,
as well.
bounce with it, yeah.
Yeah, but Icelandic horses don't run like that. They've got a special gait that is different to all other horses anywhere, which means that they power walk. So there's no going up and down. You just go
Hover horse.
hover horses. Yeah. if you take an Icelandic horse, but Icelandic. So in England, apparently there are ponies and there are horses. They're exactly the same, but horses are bigger. In Iceland, they don't make the differentiation. So
Yeah.
Icelandic horses are the size of English ponies, but they're called horses over there. But
Okay.
if you take one out of Iceland, you're not allowed to take it back again. Don't know why you'd be transporting horses around so much, but you're
I
not
do
allowed
for
to
the
take it.
challenge now. That sounds like fun.
Have you ever noticed, like, at least in this country, the sort of people who kind of maintain, ride horses, horsey people, look like horses. Is it? I mean, every horsey person I've ever met.
What are you saying about my girlfriend?
Oh God, she doesn't.
To
Does
be
she?
honest, I think she's the only
damn.
one that doesn't look like a horse.
Exception that proves the rule.
Because I used to, whenever,
That's not how you use that phrase, bitch.
whenever there was a family holiday when I was little, I always used to just find the nearest stables and go work there for the holiday.
Yeah.
Because I love horse riding. It really,
'Cause you
really
like
like
it.
it.
Yeah, I
love
never
it.
understood
I love it. It is a bit weird. I don't know why I like it. But horsey people are a little bit strange. Sorry?
Sorry, I've always seen horses as being like slaves.
Yeah. Slaves with massive muscles.
Again, to
symbiotic
quote, to
relationship.
quote Terry Pratchett, he sort of describes them as like, if you look a horse in the eye, you see like barely restrained madness.
But this goes back to what we started at, like, is it a bit strange to keep it? They are being looked after, especially people that are well into that industry of looking after horses and stuff like that and working in stables, and they really, really fucking care about their horses.
And then they go and shoot them.
That is true.
So
I'm not even thinking about the
let's
racing.
get back to horses. Pets we'd like to keep. I'm just going to put it out there. At some point,
Let's do this quickly.
yeah, because we've hit an hour and we've already done one topic. So.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't matter.
we've
does it?
had fun.
Yeah, that's
true.
the whole point.
At some point, I will keep cats again. I reckon I'm going to have 2. In fact, I want
Yeah.
to. I'm going to call them Seven and Oblong. Those are going to be their
That
names.
is fantastic.
Other than that, a pet I'd fucking love to have is a crow.
I'd love an aviary of like a crow and an owl and a raven.
Watch them fight and take bets. Yeah, I'm with you.
No,
I'm with you.
separate aviaries.
Ow, shit!
Yeah, barn owl. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Oh, the brilliant video going around at the moment virally, which is the pet owl.
Yeah.
Like someone's throwing a stuffed
Yeah.
rat across the room, and she runs up and looks
Have
at
you
it and then
seen
looks at
the
owner.
emu chasing the ball? There's this girl that's got like a tennis ball and she's throwing it, and the emu goes, "Oh fucking hell!" And it goes and finds the ball, but it can't pick it up. It just
shit,
goes.
yes.
It just kind of goes. It's down here.
This is the gif where they've drawn like
Arms on it.
pencil man arms
Oh,
on it
I've
as
not
well.
seen that.
Which is
They've
just the
augmented
emu
it.
running around with his arms in the air going.
Oh, I've got to see that. You've reminded me with names. I've always wanted to call. I thought the best name for a tonk dog would be Cement
Cement.
or Brick.
Brick.
Come here, Brick.
Awesome.
Cement.
Fetch Brick.
Oh,
It'd have to be like a dog.
yeah. There's another one. There's a species of gecko called gargoyles. They look awesome. I would love to have a couple of those.
Fuck. What is it? It's a satanic leaf gecko, I think they're called.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Okay.
Looking up that.
Yeah, they just look like the most necro-metal animal ever. They just look like a burning leaf. They're awesome.
I like that. Oh, and Heather with her moths.
Oh yeah. Moenchi. when she was growing up, she used to keep moths, and again, it happened recently.
Gorgeous.
She managed to hatch a couple of Indian moon moths.
Yeah.
They were stunning.
They are gorgeous.
So
I love moths.
Probably look into that again at some point.
I think moths are mega romantic.
Tom, pets you'd like. That's not a.
Well, yeah, I've already said corgi and
Oh,
cats.
okay.
And we've already
satanic
said
gecko.
I would, as well as pigmy comedians, I'd also like some of those flying squirrel, those little
Yeah.
things.
They are cute.
Honey gliders.
Honey gliders.
Yeah, that'd be wicked.
Yeah.
I know
Oh
somebody
shit!
called
I'll stick
squirrels.
them on the list as well. Fuck!
Taryn, this is going to end up with us having 15 animals in
Right.
the house again.
I'm going to own a zoo.
Right, fuck this shit. Let's go to the next topic. One from the community pot.
Cool. Next one comes from Aussie Dan.
Yay.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
The best death in movie history.
Total Recall?
Oh, well,
Which
the
one?
explodey head.
I've never even seen that film and I still know that's fucking amazing.
Oh no, there was
seen that film?
There was a
Taste.
film called. It had Sean Connery. It was space. We're talking. There was like a mining program in space. I think it was called like Space Marshals or something like that.
Right.
And the thing was that there was this plant or installation
Space
up there that they were doing this mining on another planet, and they were all doing drugs. They were all doing like having performance enhancing drugs to meet all their targets or whatever.
Okay.
And it was sending them crazy. And one of them went out in his spacesuit and then took out his oxygen, and the special effects were so bad that it just cut from the man in his suit taking the thing out, and then when it cut, it was now just a balloon with a face on it.
I might have to go back to Evil Dead with the why does the tree want to get in her knickers?
Yeah, but that's just a tree rape scene. That's not a death.
Does she not die?
No, she cries afterwards. She does die later, but that doesn't kill her.
Dilate her. I hardly know her.
I'm going to have to go back to Battle Royale.
I was thinking Battle Royale.
I quite. There are a couple of good ones, and there are a lot of good ones in Battle Royale.
Yeah.
The one that immediately comes to mind for me is Mitsuko's death, the evil bitch.
Yeah.
It's where she. So there's been this kind of arc running throughout where Hiroki has been trying to find the girl he actually actually is in love with, rather than his mate that he goes jogging with, Chigusa. He finally finds her, and she's just so on edge that he walks in going, "Oh, hello," and she just guns him the fuck down.
No.
Just guns him down, and then he just goes, "Run." She's like, "What?" Like, "You run. The noise will bring them. Run." And she's all like, "Oh, what?
So she's
why?
just killed
Why?
him.
What do you mean?" She's like,
Yeah.
I think you're. I really, really like you. It's like, but why did you do this? Why did you? And then Mitsuko comes in, fucking shoots her down, and then what's the name of the bad guy? Kazuo or can't remember, but
blonde dude.
Yeah, the blonde dude.
Yeah.
He comes in, and then Mitsuko has her death. They have a brief fight.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And there's just this point where she's rolled back off him. She's in like a puddle of water, and he's pulled out a gun, and he starts gunning her down. And then air on the G string is playing in the background. It's like the boom, 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 boom. Ba da da da. Yeah, well, that wasn't it, but whatever. But it's, but that's just actually a really nice death. There's something about it that's just like,
That is horrible.
It is, yeah. Well,
But
Battle
it's-
Royale is
it's
horrible.
It's a
Yeah.
horrible
No,
film.
I've seen that film, but that is. Oh shit! Sorry. That is amazing.
And then there's the scene in the lighthouse where
I've not seen it.
Nanahara, the main guy, he has.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant a film called The Lighthouse.
No,
Sorry, go.
no. Yeah, there's the scene in the lighthouse where Nanahara's been saved, but one of the girls saw him. She thought he killed a dude.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of like a Mexican standoff.
Yeah,
bit,
and she kind of wigs off and wigs out, and she volunteers to take his food to him and poisons it, and then one of the other girls sits down, eats it, vomits blood, and then there's one girl who hasn't slept since the whole thing started because she's just so stressed, she just fucking freaks out, absolutely freaks out. Guns down one girl, other girls grab their guns, and there's just a wicked scene where the girl with the girl who freaked out is on the table with an Uzi. These two girls roll back at exactly the same time with guns, and they just shoot each other and just all die.
Yeah, they all
It is-
shoot each other.
it
And they
is-
all
From
dead.
nothing.
And it's
From a little-
three-way of sexy death.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
Can I take this to TV?
I was thinking
Sure.
similar thing.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Spaced. Technically not a death scene, but in the paintball episode,
Yeah.
Nick Frost is on the floor, just so tired. So tired.
I thought you were going to say the when they're in the alley and they get those group of kids and they do the slow-mo.
Oh yeah, the gunfight. That's the thing where no matter where you are in the world, if you pull out 2 fingers at a man, he will go into slow-mo gun battle fight scene. They just have a gunfight in an alley in Camden.
Yeah.
I quite like... Oh, sorry, Karen.
No, that was mine.
I quite like, in one of my favourite films, Devil's Rejects.
Oh, fucking Freebird, motherfucker.
No,
Yeah,
I was talking...
that's pretty good.
right, I was talking to Hal about this last night. I think that... I'm not a massive fan of that, but I said, oh, Tom loves that scene.
I fucking love that scene.
The end scene.
It's the music over the top of it. It's just...
Faster. What I was talking about is one that I can't actually watch because skinning is just something that, even though I quite like gore, I can't take psychological thrillers and something that actually makes you think and it makes you scared. Gory horror is fine
Fun and
because
camp.
it's camp and theatrical.
But when it comes to flinting a motherfucker,
When it comes to skinning, it just I can't watch it. So there's the bit where he's fucker, I'm just getting started. I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
Fuck, yeah,
And he
where they're making him
skins
dig
the
their own
face off.
grave?
No, he this is Devil's Rejects, so I don't think he'd do the...
No, maybe
I think
not.
that's
Maybe
I think
not.
that's a House of Thousand Corpses. I'm not sure.
No,
I'm not
that's
sure.
Devil's Reject. But,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I've forgotten that bit. So it shows how much I know about one of my favourite films. So he skins this guy's face off while he's still alive after saying that epic line. And you can't hear the guy scream. It's very early on, actually. And you can't hear the guy scream because it goes, "Wah!" and it goes into another 70s song, like a wailing kind of like rock song. And because when you're hearing the music and you see the guys like playing the song afterwards, you're like, hey, this is a fun time. Everyone's having fun listening to music. But you've just come out of like, oh, that's horrific. Oh, how do I feel? Oh, not quite sure.
Yeah.
Fuck, I just remembered something we did this week.
What's that?
We just saw Deadpool yesterday.
Oh shit! Yeah. What
was I gonna say?
Lot of good deaths in that.
The fucking opening, like, credit sequence is just nothing but pure death. Hilarity
wedgies.
ensues.
Death and wedgies.
Death and wedgies.
Death and wedgies. And pegging by the sounds of it.
Yes, there
Yeah.
is. Watching Ryan Reynolds get pegged by the hot girl off of Firefly is
dude.
amazing.
Dude. Marina Baccarin strapping one on.
Fuck me,
That
she's
had
hot.
me like in flushes.
Marina, I hardly know her.
This is one of those out jokes again. Get out.
Gets me every time.
But yeah, talking
God,
about like
that's so good.
skinning people. There's I've got to go back to Buffy because there's the wicked scene where
Someone skinned someone in Buffy.
Willow skins someone. What? There's a point where Willow goes dark.
Evil Willow.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
good. Where she
yeah.
gets like the veins around her face.
Yeah, absolutely. Hair goes black. She goes goth because goths are evil, and she
And hot.
and hot. And she tracks down Warren, who's the dude who shot her girlfriend Tara. And she finally catches him in the woods and just kind of holds him up in the air and just kind of flicks a hand, and his skin
yeah.
flies off.
You're kidding.
forgot about
It's
that.
fucking awesome.
If you watch it at 5 o'clock, it doesn't have that scene.
Well, I can imagine.
That
Probably
was
doesn't
the
have a lot
usual.
of the lesbian scenes either.
No, ruins it.
Not a
for
lot
us.
of lesbian
UK TV
scenes,
slot.
actually. They did a really good job of not sexualising Tara and Willow's relationship. However, the girl she got with afterwards, there's plenty of fit.
What was Tara the blonde lady?
Yes.
There is in the musical episode. They do actually go into having humpy, dry humpy stuff.
A little bit, but it's entirely non-graphic. It's more representative than it is.
Plus, it's a song about how they're so in love, so it's
Yeah,
all very
yeah.
romantic and not so sexual. Blah 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 blah. I hardly know. Andy.
Well, I said I like the death in I think it's called Space Marshals. I quite like the death in Deep Blue Sea.
can't swim backwards.
Samuel Jackson getting munched
okay.
halfway through his big hero speech. Right at the beginning of the movie, a surprise death.
Yeah.
I quite like surprise death of characters.
I love surprise deaths. There's the death from what's the one where they all escape death? and he comes to get them.
Final Destination.
That's the one.
Oh, so many good deaths in that.
Yes.
Well, that's the films. That is the reason for those films.
The one I love more than any of them is where the dude is just going, no, it's not going to happen, because of course it's not going to fucking happen. No, blah, blah, blah. Not going to happen. Blah, blah, blah. Not going to happen. Step
Bus.
backwards into a road. Bus.
When I first watched
motherfucker.
When I first watched that, we would rewind the deaths every time someone died, because we rented it on VHS from Blockbuster when that one came out, and we would just rewind it and then watch the death again and giggle, and rewind it and watch the death again.
One I did
of those,
with that,
isn't there?
though, was, I believe it was Saw 3. There's a dude on almost like a rack, like and he's got his arms up in a crucifix-like position, and slowly his limbs are being twisted. And it's not the scene that's actually enjoyable, and it's not a memorable death. It's the sound effects, because it sounds like people just twisting celery sticks. It's really, you can tell, like, the Foley work.
Yeah.
It's just these dudes with celery going, ha ha.
See, there have only been 2 points of the Saw movies
The first Saw film is a good film.
No, I disagree.
Plus, it's got fucking Robin Hood in it. So
Do
that's
You know what
I
you're
disagree.
expecting, though. What we were talking about earlier with comic books, you know what you're expecting when you go into a Saw film.
Well, I mean, you didn't with
Crap.
the first one, but like
That's why I like the first one, because
No,
it's
no,
all
'cause-
psychological.
no, because I mean, they attempt it, but I mean, at least from where I was sitting, like the second it came up, and you saw the dude in the middle of the floor, for some reason I just went, yeah, he's going to stand up at some point. He's that dude is not dead. No, the bits that got me about Saw was there is one scene where I think arbitrarily this dude has his head smashed by 2 blocks of ice.
I remember that.
Yeah, I just the reason I remember it, the reason I quite like it is because why ice? Like, I'm sure there's some reason in fiction.
Decadence.
Yeah. But the other the other thing that really got me, and it wasn't a death.
Okay.
It was in Saw 2. I much preferred Saw 2.
Okay.
In fact, it's the only one that I've enjoyed in any way, shape, or form, because I didn't figure any of it out. But there's the bit where the girl jumps into the pit of used needles.
Dude,
fuck,
that is
yeah, that's
exactly what I was
nasty,
about
yeah.
to say.
That is actually fucking gnarly.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I walked in, I think it was at your house, and someone was watching that in the living room. I walked in at that moment, and someone said, oh, she's an ex-junkie or something. Or,
Yeah, she doesn't die, though, because she's the one that survives through, like, 5 films.
Because
She
she's
is
moral. Because she's the one that... She jumped in there for a reason.
But if you go and watch all the rest of the Saw films, she's the one who's putting people into the games.
Oh, okay then. Well, that's
No,
that
because
ruins my logic.
she wasn't when she was
She's
put
like
in it-
Saw's
no,
apprentice.
Yeah, but only after she was
apprentice.
in it the first time.
Yeah.
So she was thrown in it the first time. Survived it.
And
Somehow
then given
hooked
revenge.
up with him.
Yeah.
That was horrific, though. I walked into watching Saw, and I was like, oh, you can kind of pick and choose when you walk in, where it's just going to be horrific, Laura.
Bullshit, yeah.
But when I saw that scene, I was just... It really brought me all the way down. I felt my face drop. I was
There's
like,
something
that
about
is
it, isn't
so
there?
sad.
It's just gnarly.
Yeah.
And it's not in a way that, like, the Hostel films, for instance, never quite achieved.
It was the
were
Hostel films
funny.
were more cartoon based,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing. But I prefer that.
Phantom Mike Punch, I bet.
Uppercut. They've got.
Uppercut, I
I'm
hardly
trying to
know.
remember, because there are some fantastic movie deaths.
Oh, you were talking about sudden deaths that unexpected deaths or whatever.
Surprise deaths.
Surprise deaths. Has anyone seen Burn After Reading?
No.
Yes.
Oh, you say that as if you don't love it.
No, I wasn't exactly expecting Burning After Reading to be what it was when I
No.
saw it, and
It is a surprise.
Yeah, I remember he jumps out the cupboard and he shoots him, doesn't
Yeah.
he?
I don't know if it's too much spoilers if we reveal actually the character.
It's
but
an old film.
It is pretty old, isn't it? I really like Burn After Reading, except I watched it recently and all of the characters are reprehensible, apart from this one guy who dies. And he literally, he dies by accident because someone gets shocked and shoots him. Just
Because
like,
he is hiding in a cupboard.
yeah.
And
but
the other
right
guy,
before
the
he
other
dies,
guy
he goes, like, as
Yeah.
in like, what's going on? Brr? Like,
Yeah.
because he's a like clueless kind of guy and he just gets shot in the head and it's just like, oh, where's the story going to go now? And I love that. I love that it just completely flips it on its head. There's no Hollywood rules. A bit like fucking R.R. Martin. It's like, someone's just died in Game of the Thrones. Those are people die.
Talking about Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
It's the death of
Sean Bean.
No, because
That's a good death.
it is a good death. The one
It's only a good
I
death because
really
his
liked
daughter's
was
trying not to watch.
who was like the flouncy lad from the southern place who took on the mountain and almost had him.
I've not
and
got
then
that
yes.
far.
I can't remember his name, but
got
yeah.
taken out at the end, and just
Yeah.
like the dude, like
You think he's
Sir
gonna
Gregor
win.
just like pulled his head apart.
Yeah, he pushed in his eyes and
yeah.
then like put
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I mean that series is just untouchable. I think it's amazing. But it always takes out characters that you think, oh, but I was just following them.
No one's
and that's
safe,
not
yeah.
the Hollywood rules. How dare you take out that person? Because I'm not used to that.
That was the thing with the Sean Bean dying at the end of the first one.
Yeah.
It's just like Ned was an amazing character,
Yeah.
and you wanted him to succeed in life, and that was it.
Yeah,
Done.
straight away. Same thing with Khal Drogo. I like their relationship
Oh,
was fucking
motherfucker.
amazing.
Oh,
They were
Jason
like the
Momoa, I
perfect
want you.
Jason Momoa, and also Emily Clark, also gorgeous, but on the other end of the spectrum,
Oh,
and that's
yeah,
why
yeah,
it
yeah.
worked so well to have them as a couple.
God,
and then,
that
oh
sex was
wait,
hot.
nothing.
Yeah.
I've just thought of an amazing death as well from one of my favourite films of all time, Doctor Strangelove.
What, riding the bomb down?
The text.
Yeah,
Text
yeah.
Where he can't, the nuclear bomb won't be released. So he's like straddling a nuclear bomb, banging on it, trying to get it to drop, and eventually it does drop, and he just rides it down and swinging his hat like a cowboy.
That's a good death. That's a good death.
Nice.
It's annoying because I know, like, I've seen loads of deaths that I've just gone, do you know what? That's actually pretty good.
The Forrest Gump girlfriend's pretty harsh.
I don't remember it.
No, I don't remember that.
Have I made that up?
Yes.
What, Forrest Gump? Yeah, there's no film called
tell us
Forrest
what
Gump.
you remember.
Tom Hanks doesn't exist.
Oh,
You got to grow up and get big sometime.
hey,
I hardly know her. Anyway,
predictable.
Andy's just drawn one out the host pot, so let's have one from the host. Thank you, Aussie Dan, for that. Dead AR.
Club or house party?
Oh, both.
Shit.
Who's that from?
Well, it's club then house party.
Who's that from?
Beth.
Okay, Buff. That's from Beth. Buff.
3 Fs, right?
Beth.
2 Fs.
My name is basically Explosion. You can either go poof or you can go bang.
Yes, but this is capital B apostrophe FFF.
Oh, I would prefer to say best name as though you're a blushering English gentleman.
So club or house party? I mean, it depends what you call club. I mean, because clubbing as in sort of shoes and shirt.
Fuck off.
Well, that's what most people call clubbing.
Fuck that.
What's that mean? A
Well,
gentleman's club?
No, that means
Where
just
there's
like
a
a normal.
dress
That means
code.
like Zoo Bar in London. That means like most clubs
What
in London.
are these words?
Tiger. Or,
Yeah,
is that
tiger, or
Oh, that's a damn shame, isn't it?
No, but that is what most people call clubbing.
The clubs where you go
let's,
see
let's
faces.
let's not pretend they exist because that sounds depressing as fuck.
Right. Okay. So
Cable.
you
Oh wait,
yeah,
that doesn't
it's-
exist anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there are 2 types of clubs. There are the clubs that most people go to where it's a bar with enough space to dance. And
they
there
play
are
the
the
worst
proper
music
clubs
ever.
where there is a dance floor with enough space for bars.
Nice.
Whereas we prefer the clubs where there aren't enough space for people.
yes.
And you cram in and you're sweaty and the condensation is dripping on your face from the roof.
Yeah, and that kind of club.
Dirty
It's been an awfully long time.
clubs.
I don't have a preference on whether I'd go to that kind of club or whether I'd go to house party. They're just 2 different things. I'm not sure they're completely comparable.
That's true. They're not really opposites, are they?
However,
there
Not
is
really
a mutual
opposites at all.
exclusivity to it.
When
Whereas
we did-
clubbing, as in sort of like shoes and shirts and stuff, house party every time over that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
Unanimous.
There's my answer.
No.
I mean, what it comes down to
House party every time.
is it.
Okay.
Shut up.
If at any point
Okay.
I was forced to make a choice, it depends on whether or not I fancy talking to people.
Yeah, can't talk to people at clubs.
Ugh, people. Ugh.
If I just want to get messed up and have do some cardio for a day, a night, whatever.
That's true. You can't really do a proper dance floor in someone's house, can you?
It gets.
You can
It
do.
gets.
We have.
You can.
We have
You can.
We have done.
The thing is, like doing a dance floor at a house party. There's always a point where someone kind of comes to a little bit and realizes, oh, this is kind of awkward.
Yeah.
And then everyone feeds off that, and it just kind of dissipates. Whereas at a club, a proper club, like it's what you do. Everything else is a distraction. You got to piss, you got to smoke, you got to get a drink. That's the distraction.
But would you
You're there
like-
for the movement.
Would you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit?
I always
Join our
do.
club. Sign up to the newsletter at hottopicpodcast.com.
Make it orangey.
I will basically point it out that every time we've gone to one of those good type of clubs, it has eventually led to an after party / house party.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm waiting for.
One of those nights. again.
Yes, no, I'm waiting to go to the after party.
So-
I'm going to the club to amuse someone else.
Big
Oh,
up
this-
London
this-
Warehouse events because they do some fucking awesome shows. When we went to go see Feed Me and Zane Lowe, that was I Don't Like Zane Lowe. He was fucking amazing at that show.
Yeah.
And Amelia Rasnick from Angel Spit was there.
Also, just gonna lay this out here
Amazing.
now. Like, towards the end of next month, we're all going out clubbing for Heather's birthday,
Side trance.
which is in North London.
After party at your house.
So
Not
B,
after
what-
the wee on the floor and the chewing gum in my beige carpet.
that
No.
wasn't us.
Yeah, no.
I know it wasn't, and obviously it wasn't you guys.
Prove it or we'll do it again. We'll just
Obviously
come
it wasn't
round.
you guys, but I'm having a bit of a. Whew, I just need to recover from that.
Yeah, you'll have a month to do so. It'll be lovely.
Plus, you won't be coming out to the party, but you want to see everyone, and we're just down the road. So I mean, if you want to see us, we'll come over. Just say hello. We won't stay.
I'll ask Halix. I was about to say.
Alex! Oh, what an entity that is!
Oh,
Hal and Alex in one person.
the volume and the reprehensible nature of Alex just combined.
Trees.
Gang rape. That's all I see when I see Alex.
The nihilism
Sorry.
would have gravity.
Yeah, I'll just ask Alex what he thinks and just hide behind him.
Cool. I believe you got one from the community chest.
Guess who?
Quickest topic of the
Community
night.
chest. Community chest.
Guess who?
Is it
Captain Sickbeard.
Is it Sickbeard?
All right, Dom.
All right,
All
Dom.
right,
You've got in
Dom.
there first. I hate you.
I think we've done this before in a similar vein.
Go on.
Situations you have instantly regretted doing.
Oh, I'm not sure we have.
Well, yeah, because I've definitely spoken about putting blue tack in someone's hair, which is my one.
Oh, that was growing up, like child evilness, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, that was because of the
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
Taz's stories.
Situations you've instantly regretted.
Taking back a cheating girlfriend? Is that...
I've basically every
I
fight,
regretted you doing that. Yeah.
basically every fight ever. If I've ever had like a proper physical fight, like I'll get
Oh.
into it and it's just like, oh, okay, like instantly it's like, no, this was
was dumb.
entirely the wrong way to go about this.
Yeah.
I am in no way happy with this whatsoever. Better we would have talked it out. But other than that, I mean, see, this is one of those rare occasions where I've got things I don't want to talk about on a
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. Because you regretted doing.
So I banged a 7 gram rock, right? I thought it was clever. Fucked a horse.
Got AIDS.
Cheval sur de la table. One thing went to the other. I hardly know her.
That's it. I'm just trying to think of just like social situations that I've said yes to go because
Yeah.
I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
And then instantly worked out that the crowd that's going and whatever else was instantly not my scene. And but nothing is coming to mind. I know there's been some.
Yeah, but you're the kind of person, as am I, that would just walk away from it. No? All right. See you later.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I've never regretted those situations because, like, the assumption I've always followed is like, well, okay, this isn't actually going to be what I thought it was going to be, so I'll just go I'll do my thing, and
That's
if
just
they're-
called leaving.
If they're on board, no, like not go. Sorry, I'll do my thing in this situation, and if they're on board, they're on board. If not, someone else will be. And
Yeah.
I'll at least find. I'll at least find the sort of friends who you can like put your arms around their shoulders for a night, and then never ever remember the names.
Yeah. Oh, no, we've all had nights like that, yeah.
I mean, social regret is kind of low on the.
My massive one is just like hanging out with you fuckers, because I just want to hang out with you and keep going, and work the next day is always
a regret.
I've got very well practiced at it. I can do a lot on nothing.
Well, yes, you've had
driving for one.
20 years practice.
Yeah. Speaking of which, being more specific. You need to be more specific. I feel with this one, I can't think of
any sort of retrosexual action.
Retrosexual.
Retrosexual. What does that mean?
Retrosexual
You're really into
means
60s stuff.
No, retrosexual means you've a relationship has ended, but you've fallen back into bed with that person.
Oh yeah.
Ah, yes.
They're all.
I know it well.
That's a good girl. Everyone else around the table doing, yeah.
That's a whole bunch of instant regret.
Oh.
No, I never
So glad I've been kept from this.
I'm trying. I don't. Do you know what? I'm actually struggling to think of a situation in which I've regretted earnestly.
I am apart from the only thing I can think of is the child thing that I've already talked about in the podcast about putting blue tack in someone's hair. But of instant regret, I mean, I often don't give myself enough let go, as in, like, if I'm in a situation at that point, I will crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. ASMR, crinkle, crinkle. I sometimes will be in...
I'm sorry. Andy's seductively eating a Jaffa cake, looking at me. Sorry. Beth, carry on. Sorry. He gave me a paedophile smile as he did it. It was brilliant.
I don't often let myself go half as much in big situations that are like once in a lifetime, or I'm having such an amazing time. Oh, let me just think about something ridiculous and be anxious and distracted from the event. I think I regret those times where you're not in the moment at that point. But I guess that puts too much pressure on you to be in the moment, blah, blah.
Oh, see, I'm not entirely sure I've ever regretted anything I've done. Truly regretted it.
I regretted drinking a milkshake and then instantly getting on the swings. I was well hungover that day, and we wanted to have bacon sandwiches and milkshakes.
Swings on a hangover is horrible.
And then we did that, and then I got on the swings, and I instantly regretted getting on the swings.
No, that actually reminds me of one as well. I may have told this story in the podcast already. Going to Disneyland Paris, going on the Indiana Jones ride, and then going into the Pirates of the Caribbean ride directly afterwards.
Pirates of the Caribbean, there's like one bump.
No, right. So the Indiana Jones. I'm pretty sure I've told this story already, but I'll do it again. Fuck it. Indiana Jones ride in Disneyland Paris is very, very small and very compact, and it's like a mine cart on a track, doing really tight banks, really tight turns, and does loop-the-loop forwards and backwards, the same loop-the-loop. It goes across the track twice. I watched them
doing this as I was holding their coats.
So did that. Felt quite queasy coming off of that, and then went straight into Pirates of the Caribbean, and it was the most humid, warm, wet feeling ever. And my stomach just turned when we were like halfway down the queue, and I've had to run back through the queue, which took me like 2 minutes to get through it, running because I was about to puke and didn't want to puke inside, and got to the front entrance of the ride, threw up in front of a bunch of 5-year-olds who got too scared to go back onto the ride because they thought it was a like hardcore roller coaster, and their mums were trying to. They've just seen this teenage boy run out and just vomit everywhere from this ride.
See, I mean, I think ultimately almost more regrets come down to the same things. The same regret is, do you know what? I really wish I hadn't stayed up all night before I did this. Those are my small regrets. I don't have...
It's difficult, though, because at the time, there's no talking to yourself.
No, absolutely not.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like
No, at the time, you're convinced... it'll be fine.
Literally on Thursday evening, I didn't get to sleep until about 3:30 in the morning. I wasn't drinking or anything. I was lying in bed just going, and I regretted that in the morning. Yeah. Tossing and turning, not tossing myself off. I instantly regretted that in the morning, but there's... Yeah, I instantly regret that in the morning, but at the time, you can't really talk to yourself about it. You can't really do it. You can't help yourself.
No, but I mean, these are small regrets. And like, I'm sure if I was to sit down and think about it, I've got tomes and tomes of small regrets. Big regrets, I've got none.
My big one is it wasn't an instant.
These are instant regrets.
Regret.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, the instant regrets.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
instant, like you do something and you instantly regret it.
I spent 3 years at university and instantly regretted it on my graduation when I came out with a third. It was results day, and I just went, oh fuck, what have I done? It was like spent all that money for nothing.
I can't touch that at all for the fact that you actually went through that and that is your experience. But I'm still very, very proud of the fact that you've got a third.
I experienced uni as I met a lot of interesting people, had
Mate.
fun, found myself a little bit, and got laid. So
That's what university's for, isn't it?
yeah, I went to an all-boys school. It was all I could do.
See, I tend to find, and this is kind of going back to, this is something that you'll find in Famous Last Words Ever all the time. Like, my regrets tend to be the things that I've not done, rather than that I have done. And unfortunately, I can't kind of track back in memory and pull them up for us now. But it's I tend to find... Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I realised
Missed opportunities
recently,
are
like
really bait.
if I spent as much time doing stuff as I do talking myself out of doing stuff, my God, I would have so much done.
To be fair, that's my world. I can't sit still. I have to be doing something constantly. Otherwise, I get bored and anxious that I'm not doing something. It's a worse way of being.
I don't know that it is.
It so is. I feel on edge whenever I'm sitting down not doing anything.
At least it pushes you to do something.
I mean, like, the doing of stuff made the picture for the last podcast, which was fantastic.
That made me
That was
laugh.
fun. That was like one of the most fun Photoshop experience I've had for a while.
Yeah.
Because
Does
everyone
it involve Jason's face?
that beautiful face, beautiful beard, and also the fact that I had like several people around me giving me suggestions, so I didn't have to be creative, which is my biggest setback.
Input.
Yeah, it was quite cool.
I said,
I don't want to know about your input with my brother.
leaving Adam's leg, so it looks like Jason's having a squat.
Yeah, take a look. By the way, we need to have a picture for this one because I'm going to do album art for every single episode going forward.
Okay.
I think we need to have the whiskey in the photo because I still think the packaging is just
in which
mind-blowing.
case, I might already.
Can I wear the bourbon condom or something? Or
I might already have the ideal picture for it.
okay, satanic leaf gecko, leaf-tailed gecko.
Oh, could do. Or there is also that.
Production talk on the show. That's good. Professional podcasting right now. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll put a satanic leaf-tailed gecko on it.
Awesome.
Bosh the kebab. Right.
This is strange radio.
Shall we go to the next topic?
Yeah, draw one out, dude.
I've just done one, haven't I?
No, I just did one.
Okay. I want one of these little yellow ones, actually.
Edit.
The yellow ones have been here for a while, so I'm going to specifically pick out a yellow one.
Edit.
I believe this one's probably from Taron because there's no name on it. This one is birthdays / Valentine's, although it does look like Beth's handwriting. A bit. No?
That does
Sorry?
look like my
It does
handwriting.
look like your handwriting.
But I don't think
Birthday
that is me.
/ Valentine's.
Yeah, that was it.
It might have been me. Anyway, so Valentine's don't.
I do minimally.
Valentine's?
Huh?
Nothing wrong with doing something on
No,
Valentine's,
I've never
but it's just
understood
going on a
people's
date,
issue with
isn't
it.
it?
Yeah, but I'm one of those annoying people that would rather just
celebrate love every day of your life.
yeah.
No, essentially, yeah. No,
I don't want to have to buy a present for my husband. I don't want to have to be forced to buy a present for my husband because of a calendar.
So do you not buy him Christmas presents?
I buy him Christmas
Exactly.
presents
Thank
because
you,
I'm
Andy.
a good, upstanding Christian
It's
woman.
exactly the same bollocks.
It's exactly the same bollocks. I don't
Tradition.
understand why people have such a
Valentine's is a
problem with it.
tradition.
I don't know. I just don't think it's
for many
worth it.
people.
No, okay, so the way I look
Do
at
you
it...
buy your mum a present on Mother's Day? So why is it less important to buy your partner?
And Valentine's isn't really a partner thing, is it? It's a potential partner.
Oh, really?
It's a courting thing.
know.
You say Valentine's because
no.
people you're not with.
No, well, no.
My missus wouldn't like that.
You send people you have intentions for.
No.
You send Valentine's cards to people you have intentions for, and they're anonymous.
That's the other side of it. That's more so the school side of it.
Yes.
That's what we did at school. But I mean, like Valentine's Day is a day for love. Like to counter what you said, Tom. Like Mother's Day, there isn't another day. Like your mum has a birthday, but there's no other celebration of.
But shouldn't you appreciate your mother every day of your life? It's the same fucking argument.
Yeah, and do you know how you celebrate your mother? You celebrate your mother by going out and living and being a good person. That's how you celebrate your parents, in fact.
Yeah.
That's
not how I... Well, yes, yes and no, but that's not how you show your appreciation to them.
No, okay, so...
and that's again, what Valentine's Day is about.
Again, I'm on a skewed footing on this, because I want no... When I am a father, I want no part of Father's Day. I don't want... like this obligation for my children to go, oh, we should buy you a present. No, fuck off with your presents. At this point in my life,
no obligation.
Like, right now,
but if they wanted to, would you be offended?
Well, no,
because you're sounding like you
sound very heated.
No, I am.
I've had whiskey. I'm heated about everything.
I think a lot of it's unnecessary. I mean, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day because
it's unnecessary. Yeah, go on.
And. I might do an anniversary thing this year, just because.
I think that's important.
My wenchie.
I like anniversaries. But it's unique and personal.
My argument on it is, if you need a day to express to someone how much they mean to you, you're doing your relationship.
Yeah, but
poorly.
That's the wrong point of view, in my opinion.
No, I don't think it is. Like if
you need a day, if you don't treat yourself, but it's just an opportunity.
And the other thing I've got with Valentine's Day is I'm in no way Christian.
Oh, is it a Christian holiday?
Oh, mate,
I thought it was a Hallmark holiday.
Yeah, but do you do Christmas presents?
Only because people expect me to.
Well, that's the same as Valentine's Day. You just said that you don't want your kids to be drawn into that.
It's not the same. It's not the same as Valentine's Day, because there's a larger weight of expectation on Christmas than there is Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, like Easter, I can shrug off and just go, fuck it, I don't give a shit.
I like Easter. What you got against Easter? Easter is really cool because you get to buy chocolate for people and that's it. Or, if you're my parents, that's another present I'm getting.
It's pretty goth as well. You're celebrating someone dying.
Resurrection, to be fair, on Easter.
Dying, death.
Are you though? I mean, are you? Did Jesus die at Easter time because he was born in the summer?
Resurrected.
Yeah.
I was saying it's comedy effect.
Considering he was born in summertime and not wintertime, did he die at Easter time? It's all bullshit. It's all just like misappropriated.
Of course it fucking is.
We all agree it's all bullshit.
Shit.
But the I don't have anything against Valentine's. What I have against is the idea that I understand the theory behind sort of a Valentine's. If that's the only time you decide to show your affection,
that's sad.
Then that's sad. But that's not how I am.
No.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't do Valentine's this year. But
it's no biggie.
It's no biggie. It only has the
one.
importance that you put on it yourself.
It's not a big one. It's just nice to treat your girlfriend for another reason.
I'll tell you what it's useful for. If you're the kind of person who would like to receive a big box of chocolates in a pink heart, right? Valentine's Day is useful because if I need to buy that sort of thing, Valentine's Day, it's all in the shops. It's all readily available.
Yeah.
Whereas if I had to try and find that sort of thing
in November,
that'd be hard.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't have that sort of partner. I was talking in the hypothetical.
Fuck this in the bin. No, let's interpret this topic as it should be: birthdays or Valentine's.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a slash. The punctuation in this is purely a slash.
Slash does not mean or.
It does.
Slash means kind of... Don't talk about both. No, I just... Like, birthday's fine.
Birthdays divide Valentine's.
Birthdays are hugely personal.
Yeah, I love celebrating people's birthdays. I love my birthday. But I know a lot of people that really don't like their birthday because they don't like the attention.
I particularly like the setup that I've got with my missus right now because her birthday is Christmas Day.
Yeah.
That's those two holidays covered. And then my birthday is our anniversary. I have to remember Christmas and my own birthday to make sure I get all the dates in.
Nice.
I'm fucking set
I'm
for
going to
life.
celebrate that by pissing.
Oh, I had a shudder.
If you're pissing, I'm going to eat
shudder.
crisps.
All right. I'm going to sip some whiskey. Okay.
Wicked. But birthdays I'm okay with because they are so personal. It is like
Yeah.
this is our celebration of you.
Same thing with anniversaries, surely.
There's a reason why we made it birthday months.
No, that's something I've just come around to recently, and this is
Yeah.
actually thanks to Andy. Come
You die-hard romantic.
come in the same.
He's a very romantic dude.
I know he is. I'm not saying that ironically.
in the same way that I've kind of accepted the importance of marriage because of yourself and Hal,
Nah, fuck that.
and being
Well-
there for that, and just kind of see
I like the fact you just punctuate that.
No.
Well,
I know
It is
right,
only Hal.
It's extremely important to me and Hal, and I'm very proud of
Love
it.
you.
I even changed my name. You know,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
very proud of it, and I love it. I love the whole tradition of it. It made so much sense to our relationship. However, I'm very aware that it is not necessary for some people's relationship at all.
Well,
It was a lovely party,
what-
and I am extremely proud of being a part of his family, and it's just awesome.
what I took from your wedding wasn't the fact that it's like we got A and we got B, and we are going to be A and B forever, and that's all we're going to be. It was this pledge of love in front of your friends. It
And
was
that's
a
what it
promise.
should
It was this promise and this declaration of love.
Yeah.
that's the way it always should be.
And that's what I took from it. Like everything else was just kind of layers of bullshit. I didn't really care about. It was the fact that it was something presented from you for your friends.
And you're also forgetting the most important thing of their wedding was they cut their cake with a sword.
yes,
Fuck you.
and he did it to me recently with anniversaries, where just like seeing you post up like. And your language was really excited. It's like, okay, this is the day we met, and this isn't when we started going out, but like we met this day, and this is where things started. This is really cool, and those weren't the words, but that was the sentiment. It's like, okay, cool. I kind of see the idea of celebrating, this landmark. Birthdays again, the same, but. Things like Valentine's Day, I don't know, if you really want to find an opportunity to do something special for the one you love, don't do it on, put some thought into it. Don't do it when everything is available and easy to do. Do it outside of that. And
I agree with you that Valentine's shouldn't be focused on particularly. I think that there's a day for everything now.
Yeah.
yes,
There's a day for everything.
there's a day for steak and blowjobs.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it
so-
just after International Speak Like a Pirate Day? It's like the day after or
It's like
something, isn't
September
it?
the 9th or something.
But this is the thing. Maybe we should just make steak and blowjobs as well known. We couldn't really sell memorabilia for steak and blowjobs. We used to
Every
sell
week
steaks.
there's a hump day, Wednesday.
Yes, but that's not.
Ba da ba ba da ba.
I hardly know her.
But yeah, no. Birthdays are good fun. I saw something that was sort of like, it was a bit down with the idea of, it was sort of like cousin assertions on the idea of birthday celebrations.
Nasturtiums.
Lots of birthday celebrations are swiftly organised things where someone will send out an invite to all of their friends on Facebook. They do it too late.
Yeah.
Because they haven't been focused on it, because they've been dealing
It's not
with
important to
other
yourself.
Adult.
Well, and they've been doing all sorts of other life, and they're so you end up with some people saying that they can go, some people can't go.
Yeah.
It's just whoever happens
Yeah.
to be available that night. You then take that random selection of people and you pick a pub that's easy for that group to go to, right?
Yeah.
So you end up in a pub full of people, in a group of people who the only thing in common is the fact that they know you, in a
Yeah.
pub that no one wanted to go to.
This is where I come back to house
say-
party. Way better.
I've met
Yeah, but
quite a few people that way. Like I've made friends that way. I remember, what was it? We went to some bar in London somewhere, then went on to a club. I think it was like Matt or Kate's birthday or something.
But that was after a birthday rounders one year.
Yeah, that's
Up in Matt's then.
Yeah, it was birthday friends. We went up to a pub somewhere north,
I think
like Euston.
And I met Sam there.
Right.
Just to fill in the blanks there, listeners, there is a birthday that happens every year for our friend Matt. He's been trying to not have this birthday for a couple of years now.
At least. At least.
He just said, "No, do you know what? I'm not going to do it." And Andy, every time, has convinced him, set up the group, say, "No. Like, we've been doing this for years now.
He's been forced to celebrate his birthday.
We're going
so
to
many
Regis
times.
Park, and we're going to play some motherfucking rounders."
To be fair,
It's always amazing.
To be fair, I've always been jealous of people who have their birthday in summertime because they can have.
Fuck those people.
I know, they've got so much more options. So if we force him to go outside, we're going to fucking do it every year.
Well, actually, like, every year he says no, he doesn't want to do it, and then as he gets closer, he goes,
loves
"Actually,
it.
I really like rounders. I really like
It's so
drinking.
much
Let's go
fun.
play drunken rounders." So he does love it, but
Apple shots on which base?
I think with talking
Second
about
base.
the,
Second
yeah,
base.
yeah.
We didn't do it this year, which was a shame.
Yeah,
I got very
forgot-
angry with everyone.
I forgot on the way there. Sorry, but the idea of winter birthdays.
Oh, yeah.
Like your girlfriend's birthday is Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I've always told her, just pick a day in the summer.
Like Jesus, just pick any day.
Pick a day in the summer and tell everyone that's your birthday. Celebrate your birthday then.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
But she picked February
But-
29th.
Oh, I was going to say,
So that she's only 5.
it throws out my whole... Hot. It does kind of throw out my whole remembering 2 dates, but I'm sure I can just switch in a February 29th every 4 years. That's fine.
I mean, the one thing that ruined us one year, it was probably 20 Baker's Does. And it was the year that birthday months started to
Oh,
happen.
God, yeah.
That was bad.
It's my birthday.
It's my birthday. It's not only my birthday; it's my birthday month. So, all right, wait. So you go out.
2016, fuck it.
So you go out for a drink with some people one weekend, and then the next weekend you do the same thing but with a different group of friends. And
Yeah,
the next
you go
weekend
to a club or something, and then you have a house party.
Yeah. So because some people don't like clubs, some people don't do the house party thing, some people don't want to go do the pub thing.
Yeah.
So that's all fine. So you
Some
cover
people
all
like
bases.
all of them, though,
Yeah.
and that's us.
Yeah, so some people like all of them. So I started this idea of, I'm going to have a birthday month. These are all the things I'm doing in my birthday month. Come to any one of them to help me celebrate my birthday.
And that destroyed us.
And that destroyed us.
2013 was horrible.
Because if you have a birthday month, all you need is...
2013 was fantastic. It was glorious.
We had a calendar where
What
we
a
recorded
year.
all our party days.
Yeah.
No, that was 2014.
Oh, was
Was
it
there a lot of
2014?
Sharpie?
2014.
That was 2014
That was the
because
calendar
so
of
much of
hugs and
20...
cuddles.
That got done in 2014 because so much of 2013 got forgotten.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, so we had to record it. So there's just a calendar of marking off every day we were hanging out and partying or going out to a club, getting mashed basically in a calendar. There were whole months that were just black. Oh, it's horrible. Horrible.
So many parties, Richard.
Because if everyone does a birthday month, all you need is 12 friends, and you're out for 52 weekends in a row.
That's basically what he got to.
Oh my God.
That's basically January is always a cunt.
But that is way better than Valentine's Day.
Hell yeah! I think we've answered the
Boom.
question there. Birthdays over Valentine's.
Go.
Ah, we got an interesting one from Captain Sickbeard.
You right, Dom?
He asked, what happened to the aluminium casting? Are you still experimenting?
Oh,
So the aluminium casting sort of went well. I did a bigger tiki face.
Yeah. The big tiki face is good.
Big tiki face. I did some ingots, and I used the ingots to make a big tiki face, and then I moved.
Yeah.
yeah.
And now
Where is it?
You don't-
Sorry, big tiki face.
Wait, no, where's the casting machine?
It's
Well,
not,
it was
The kiln?
it was a kiln
Yeah.
made out of loose bricks that I stole.
Oh.
So they're still in the back garden of my old address.
Okay, well, when you pick up the lawnmower.
I'm not taking the bricks.
Oh.
I'll
just
just get
in a
new
second
bricks.
story flat.
Where am I going to set?
yeah.
If I'm going to set it up anyway, it's probably going to be
yeah,
here.
here in the back garden. Yeah.
Yeah. We've got like a built-in barbecue now.
Excellent. So we'll do it in there.
Into that.
We'll build it in there. I've got the electronics that went with that.
Electronics.
Yeah, because I had a hairdryer that was the electric bellows. So I've got that, and yeah. So we will do it again. Let's let it get a bit warmer.
Yes.
before we do that.
Wise,
It's, a,
wise,
it's,
wise.
it's a little
Do you
bit wet and a little bit
like,
cold at the moment.
This time,
But
it'd be nice to have kind of apparatus that makes it easier on us.
It would also be probably better to do it a little bit soberer and a little bit more not wearing sandals. But it went really well to do
Was
that.
that
to the big
Captain
one.
Sickbeard that sent
No,
that
that
in?
was, yeah.
Could he not send in a kind of like picture of his face? We find
no,
someone
no,
with a
no,
3D printer. They could make some kind of mould, and then you could print out an aluminium.
Printer tends to print in plastic.
Have you
Yeah.
guys actually
so
looked?
They can mould, and then you can.
Pour aluminium into plastic, it
See,
might melt.
I'm actually quite interested.
Science!
Snow. Do it into snow.
Well, I quite like the idea of doing it as the carving the polystyrene. Carve the polystyrene,
okay.
bury the polystyrene model
Yeah,
that you've
yeah.
made
Some
into the
polystyrene
sand.
made of plastic.
I'd quite
Yes,
like
but
to
you pour
make.
the aluminium into it, and then it just dissolves the polystyrene and replaces it in the hole. So
That's
you cast it as a
clever.
3D model. If we want to do a polystyrene Pot Topic podcast logo, I'll
Yeah,
make it.
yeah.
centre of the table.
Again, though, this is the one thing that we never got around to making. That I was really excited about making was PTP
Yeah.
key rings,
Yeah.
and just kind of send them out to our listeners.
Yeah.
Well,
That'd
we'll
be
give it a
cool.
go. We'll wait for
Because
it to get a
guess
bit
what?
warmer.
We get through a lot of cans, and they've got to go somewhere. So might as well upcycle.
I think that's a good idea to
into
reward.
merchandise.
Let's reward our regular contributors by sending them a little medal.
Yeah.
A Pot Topic podcast bust.
Yeah. I have to say, this coming from Captain Sickbeard, if you go look him up on Instagram, Sneak Dante on Instagram, he is a fucking crafter. I mean, this shit that he's made.
What's that?
Who's that?
It's a stage site setting for a video shoot.
Oh, is that Dom?
Yeah, Dom.
Yeah,
Sickbeard.
Dom is just an insane genius.
I'll have to check he's all right with us saying his Instagram, but I'm sure he will be. 'cause
Like-
there's just some fucking amazing projects that he's been working on.
Dude can make some shit.
Yeah, he fucking can.
It's infuriating.
There's a brilliant video, especially quite near his most recent postings, where one of his mates drops a sledgehammer through an IKEA table in slow mo. But you need to kind of look at what the guy's wearing, because he does seem to have a crop top on.
It also,
He does.
It's not a sledgehammer; it's a stage weight.
Oh, it's a stage weight, is it?
That is
Those stages are heavy.
that is 12.5 kilograms of goodness.
Some really cool shit on there.
All right, what you got for us, Andy?
I said,
Thank you, Beth.
what do you do for inner peace? Earthbenders, hurrah!
I might have been drunk when I wrote it.
So yeah, what do you do? What do you do for inner peace?
I just don't.
Okay, so part of the routine I was talking about that's allowing me to get back to writing and whatnot. Part of it is I'll meditate a day each day.
It's good to have that concentration.
I'll take 20
Taryn.
minutes to sit down and shut up and try not to think of anything. I say try is important, because when you sit down, close your eyes and try not to think of anything.
Shit fires in your brain.
Guess what? Yeah, that
Like-
shit is just going.
Gasoline gun.
I don't think meditation was necessarily trying not to think of something. I mean, it might be for you.
It's concentrating your thoughts.
Yeah, I thought meditation was letting yourself just think about random things.
It's trying to
It's-
empty your brain of all thoughts, isn't it?
Or different types of meditation.
There are so many
Right,
different
okay.
schools of
Is it-
thought on this.
Taryn?
Yes, mate.
Can you direct me in the ways of meditation? Because I really want to give this a try.
Yeah, easy.
Sit
Right.
down and don't think.
Yeah, it's pretty much it.
Okay, cool. I'll do that.
You need to figure out a way of sitting on a surface that you won't sleep on easily.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually cross-legged. Half lotus is the easier way to go.
Cool. For a fat fuck like me, how are we going to do that?
No, you can do half lotus. It's fine. It's just wrapping one leg on top of the other.
I can't sit cross-legged. That seems
Well-
obscene. That's an unachievable dream for me.
If I'm fucked up,
Fuck
I
this
can.
meditation
If I'm
shit.
fucked up, I totally can.
But the idea is stay comfortable, but also like remain in an upright position and close your eyes and just try to zero your mind.
Okay.
That's it. And that's
Concentrate on blackness or one thought is what I would have assumed.
Well,
yeah. I mean, but most people suggest like concentrate on your breathing. Like pay attention to your breathing. I think the assumption there being that like if you pay attention to your breathing and it remains naturalistic, you'll just kind of almost also hypnotise.
Well, you got something to concentrate on, so your brain's not firing on everything else.
The issue I've got is it turns out I'm not susceptible to hypnosis, so I've got to find other methods in order to try to go to zero. But there is, like, a really good sleep is a really good sleep. Apologies for the mic slap. A really good sleep. It really is. But if you could spend any amount of time, like, not worrying, not thinking, not stressing. Mm-hmm. Like, even if it's just 4 minutes, there's this really curious benefit to it.
I really like the fact that some people wake up out of sleep to meditate and then start their day. I like that fact that, to me, I'm like, I just want to get every little last... I'm terrible at sleeping, so I just want to sleep for as much time as possible. But there's some people that wake up early to meditate. That is not me.
Like, I wake up and I've got to pick up my phone because the only thing that's going to keep me awake and activate my brain is looking at something.
Yeah.
So I need, like, wake up, Facebook.
Yeah.
What's going on in Nidus memes? Oh, death's funny.
10 minutes of bullshit on Tumblr. And I'm
exactly.
Good to go.
So yeah, I struggle to get up in the mornings. I always have. Recently, since getting off holiday, I've had 8 hours sleep every night for the last week.
Way!
It's been lovely.
I bet.
I wake up 5 minutes before my alarm.
Perfect.
every morning.
Perfect.
Is that not annoying? I get really annoyed by that.
No,
I
it's
get
more
up.
centred.
I get up.
I guess that's
you're
the
like,
insomniac thing. You just want to be asleep constantly.
Well, no. If you wake up before your alarm doesn't jolt you into wakefulness.
And here's the trap I've never managed to avoid is, like, I quite often wake up before my alarm. And, like, when you wake up, naturally, it's like, oh, sweet, I'm good to go. But I can never drag myself out of bed. So I go back to sleep again for another, 5 minutes. And then when the alarm goes off, fuck!
Yeah.
Oh, fuck! If the
just
world
gone
is
into
not
deep
entirely sludge, it's toxic sludge, it's covered on me, I can't get out of bed. What the fuck is this duvet doing? It's trying to strangle me. No, I'll go back to sleep, man. I'll go back to sleep, because that is easier than this bullshit going on right here.
I have the similar thing to Beth, where I find it really hard to sleep anyway. Suffer insomnia my entire life, but as soon as I'm awake, all I have to do is stay awake for 60 seconds, and that's it. I'm awake.
The trick
I have to get up at that point because I'm bored because I need to do something constantly. So.
I've come off periods. It's been a couple of months now where I will just sleep and sleep and sleep until my body physically won't allow me to sleep any further. Whether it's because my back's in pain,
I've never been able to.
I can't close my eyes or whatever. I've just managed to break myself off that, and this is part of the routine I've been talking about. And one of the interesting things is, like, if I know I'm going for a swim in the morning, for instance, it is a lot easier to get up. On the days in between, that shit takes some effort. Okay. That really does take some effort.
So let's get back to the topic. So what do you do for inner peace was the actual topic.
To be fair, I said I don't, but I breathe. I concentrate on my breathing because that kind of brings you back round into understanding what time is rather than having the constant firing of nervous energy if you concentrate on your breathing or talking to people.
For me, actually, the closest I've ever been to like that meditative relaxed Zen state is trying to get to sleep. Actually, I will listen to the ringing of my ears.
Oh, I hate that.
No, but it's just the constant.
So
if I concentrate on that,
hold the tone and just run with it.
Did you not hear
listen to it,
the
and then
flow
your brain
of your
stops.
veins kind of
is
annoying?
Yeah, I'm talking about I've been to far too many loud clubs in my life, and I have a constant ringing. If there's no noise really going on, I will constantly hear that sound.
Do you find the tinnitus annoying?
No.
He's talking about concentrating on it.
You just make friends with it, don't you?
Yeah.
Make friends with it. It's fine.
I think I'd blow my brains out if it was that much of an issue, because every time there's silence, there's a definite ringing.
I think the thing I tend to find for inner peace is just having something to do.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Because you sort of said that that you've been meditating, you find it helpful and helps you with inner peace to have a little bit of period every day.
I think one of the important things about the meditation is that it's something I can do that builds a routine.
Fair enough. So it's the routine that you like,
and yeah. clearly, which is odd because that's actually my entire antithesis. But
well, yeah, that's no. If it's not something you've had before, routines are great. I remember when I went from like night shifts to like normal 9 to 5, how awesome that was. Suddenly I had weekends.
Structure.
Yeah, and it's lovely, Tom. You should try it one day.
I am this weekend.
Hey,
4 days, motherfucker.
It's Saturday and I'm seeing your face.
It's Saturday. I haven't slept.
It feels odd to me hearing you say sort of like, you know, like the idea of trying to carve out a particular 20 minutes not to try and not think about things. That's every time I get on the train. That's my commute. I get 20 minutes of that to work and 20 minutes back every day.
Are you kidding me? That is
like
just
that.
straight up solid reading time. Like if I'm on a train, I read.
Yeah,
But that's
shit.
in a piece, isn't it?
but that's in a piece.
That's the
That's
same
just
thing.
It's for 45 minutes to my work, podcasts.
Yeah, for me, it's podcasts or audiobooks or just something like that.
I quite like doing things like getting home and getting things like just like the washing up done, straightening up.
I
Having
do like a bit of washing up.
in,
I do
go
like a
for
bit of
it.
washing up.
See
That
what
helps.
what I
I don't
find is
struggle within a piece too much.
like I think
You're
the
a pretty
important,
centered guy, to be fair.
I think the important distinction to make, at least as far as I'm concerned, is well, when it comes to inner peace, and I'm like when I do stuff, like I'm fine. When I don't do stuff, it seems the energy I would put into doing stuff just gets turned into nervous energy, and that nervous energy is just completely misused.
It's pretty toxic as well sometimes.
So just do some stuff. Find
Yeah.
something to do. Read books.
Only
or-
boring people get boring.
Yeah.
Get bored.
Do something at least vaguely active. Not watching shit, because that is entirely passive. But there's an activity to reading books that kind of helps.
I see books more passive as well.
Where's all this time that you've got to not do something?
Yeah, that's my problem. If
There's always housework.
I feel guilty if I'm not doing something that I
Yeah.
should be doing.
That is
I'm
doing
agreeing
something.
with you. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Where do you have all this acres of time in your schedule?
Because I'm still in that weird in-between
Okay.
place where I've only got depth work and
Right, fair enough.
like, I've got nothing regular. I'm
if you-
picking up enough to get by, but like.
But then,
there's always other shit.
if for instance, if I had that space, if I had that time, there's all sorts of things that I would want to look into and do, like you said.
Oh, no,
reading or
absolutely.
whatever.
And I guarantee you
you've
would
done your
squash it.
smelting. You've done all these like little cool project things you've been up for.
Yeah, I suppose.
No, but they've all
been.
been done in times where you'd be doing something else, i.e. partying.
Is that not?
That's just I don't
finding
have the
your
time
inner
in between.
peace?
Yeah, that is your time.
That is what you decide to do with your
I
free
used, to do,
time.
my,
It's what
I,
you
I
find
used to do
relaxing.
my washing in the middle of our parties.
In the last after party I had, I started singing and recording. It was awesome.
I like doing Photoshop if I've got nothing else to do.
Trust me, if you've got more time than you can handle, you start squashing it. It's...
You record a podcast and put it out on the internet for 2 hours every couple of weeks.
Blab. Andy, what you got for us, mate?
That was my topic.
That was
She's
it.
got one.
Go
And
for
to
it.
be fair, it has been over 2 hours.
It's been well over 2 hours, so we need to wrap this shit up, motherfucker.
Okie dokie.
I need some music.
Saints go marching in. Can
Same.
we do it chip tune between us?
No, because
Chip.
because we're humans.
All right, you be a Game Boy, I'll be a Sega Game Gear.
Fucking hell.
Who's got the square synth voice down?
Jesus. Do you know what? On Sims Free Play, you can listen to any kind of music for 2 minutes, like 30 on the stereo that they give you. Chiptune is 41 minutes.
Brilliant.
I saw that the other day. I thought of you.
Yeah, there you go. I do like a bit of fake bit.
Right, we could.
Let's just have Andy eating Pringles while I do the
Can you
outro.
eat for the whole time
Fuck
of the outro?
music.
Can you? Yeah.
Into the mic, please.
Challenge
Hang
Into
on,
the
hang on.
mic.
accepted.
Hang on. We'll do Pringles
Taryn?
and pissing.
And Taryn, you drink whiskey. Beth, pour cider.
You can have a Jaffa cake.
Andy, eat Pringles.
I'm okay for Jaffa cakes, thank you very much.
Did you just pour cider on
I
me?
think so.
You
So-
utter slag.
Actually.
A 1, 2, 3, 4. Share and tell a friend about this podcast. I hope you don't need a piss while you're driving, because this is going to be murder. Our website is pottopicpodcast.com. While you're there, sign up to the newsletter. There isn't actually. And
That's my fault.
There's no ad.
our Twitter is at Pot Topic Podcast.
Twitter is live.
Instagram account is also at Pot Topic Podcast. Hashtag Pot Topic Podcast. Get on our community wall.
Oh, there is this Mirage.
Oh, there is the cafe Mirage. Emails at Pot Topic Podcast. Send your feedback to us. Rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Please give us some reviews on iTunes. I'm going to start looking at our reviews this week. Next week we'll be calling out the motherfuckers who do a review.
You're a person.
Done.
You exist.
Better with number one
There's nothing.
Like the video on YouTube.
Oh, there is.
or number one?
Pa 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 pa. Pa 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 pa. Pa 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 pa. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for listening. Love you, bye.
My mouth is so dry.
Took one for the team there, man.
I got Pringles everywhere.
Crumbs! Crumbs! Crumbs!
Music used in this episode was Meatball Parade by Kevin MacLeod from Compotech.com. It's licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. Please see the MP3 comment tag or show notes on pottopicpodcast.com for more information.
Wang.
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 Wang. Wang.
Wang.
Wang. Wang. Wang.
Wang.
Wang.
Wang. Wang.
Wang. Wang.
Wang.
Wang question mark?
Wang.
Wang. Wang.
Wang. Wang.
Wang.
Wang.
Wang. Wang.
But Wang.
Wang? Yeah. Wang. Wang? Wang, Wang. Wang.
And now it's Lloyd Grossman. Wang. Jonathan Ross. Wang.
We've got Adolf Hitler stepping up to the pitch. Wang. Oh, he's got to be camper. Wang.
I'm going to say that sounded more like Fabio.
I found a horror ASMR lady thing. She's like proper goth tossy. She's very interesting and
What's your
pretentious.
Wi-Fi password?
Don't party hard 69 exclamation mark with a capital D, P and H.
That's brilliant.
Right, okay, hang on. I've got the shit to do, haven't I? Let's
Just say
can we listen to the intro to the last one? 'Cause
Sure,
I need
man.
to remember the name. I think it was Stuart, but I can't remember.
Oh, it's always fucking Stuart, isn't it?
If it wasn't Stuart, I wish it was now. 'Cause to be fair, it's always fucking Stuart.
It's always. Wouldn't it be amazing to make stew art? Big bowl.
It's almost like I'm there.
And it's live studio audience.
With the spicy mix-up, this is ridiculous. Right, Charlie, can you pass me the rosé glass hammer? Cheers, mate. Yeah, no, I've got some rerouting to do here. Oh shit! I think I know what's gone wrong. Who did we have doing this? Was this? It was Charlie. Oh, fucking Charlie. Okay, we need to get the governor on the phone right now and tell him
Wait a second.
the following.
You asked Charlie to
You
pass
asked
you
Charlie
something.
to party something. Oh, it was fucking Charlie.
Wouldn't it be amazing to make a Charlie?
Would it be amazing to make a Beth?
No one does that ever. It's really hard. Look, how loud are Jaffa cakes?
It's so loud.
It's like lead Jaffa cakes. It sounds quite pleasing, though. I even like it when I'm just listening to the podcast.
Oh, the noise of the table.
Yeah. Picnic. Oh, I forgot my fucking cheese strings. Oh, they're all nice and wet. Wet?
Sweaty.
Yeah.
Sweaty.
Sweaty.
Oh,
cheese
malleable. Oh, yes.
I love having Beth around because bloopers just happen instantly. Don't have to go hunting for them.
Oh, stringy ass is lovely. Got a flying pig on it. What is going on there? Let's
Unbelievable.
There's a kite, an eagle, and a pig. From my arse.
React.